we go left? I see no signs. Do we go right? I can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back? It's in your face. Pressed up to mine. What are the days? End up in time. How do we fall? How did we fall? When we are all we've got, we are all we've got. When we are all we've got, we are all we've Do we go left? I see no signs. Do we go right? Can't decide. Do we turn back? Do we turn back? It's in your face. Pressed up to mine. What are the days? End up in time. How do we fall? How did we fall? We are all we've
horizon lights up in the palm of my hands. I reach out to grab the edge. Was it a reaction to the rainfall that made the lights reflect overhead? Whisper something sweet over the city to counter the bitter air. I will be listening for you. The chains were too hard to bear. I believe there's a place where I belong, and you do too. It's not far away. If only it were true. I believe that the waves won't take me down when I'm not alone. I cannot come back this time.
Oh god. Oh god. Stuff's happening. It's time to start, I think.
Oh, is it?
Is it?
Yeah.
It is.
Is it time?
Yeah, it is time.
That time.
It is that time. So,
Snowy hypes.
all the snowy hikes, I know, holy crap. So guys, you guys can type ! podcast for who is currently participating, but we're going to have our self-intros here. But first of all, I want to give everybody a huge welcome to the first episode ever of the Chillest podcast. So everybody get hyped, no matter who you're sub to. If you have a hype emote, just throw it out there, because that would be epic if you did that. Because this is where it's all the hype right now. Holy crap. So much hype. So much hype. Anyway, we're going to start
I feel
with
crushed by the
links.
hype.
We're going to start with links and go counterclockwise, or no, clockwise. And everybody's going to introduce themselves. But you guys probably already know some of us, but in case you don't, we're gonna do this thing. So there we go.
All right. Well, I'm Linksaria. I'm sure some of you guys might know me. I kind of pop around from all these awesome Chillest peeps. I stream a whole bunch of variety of games. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch though. It's kind of my jam lately. I love long walks on the beach and the sunsets and all that good stuff. And I like pie versus cake. Believe it or not. And that's it.
Nice. Oh, it's me?
Oh wait, is it my turn? No, maybe.
Oh, which way are we going?
Where are we going?
I
We're
know,
going to me
I
now. Okay, so I guess it's my turn. So I'm Snowlit. A lot of you guys probably know me because you know I put together the Chillest team, and I don't know. I guess I'm not really as cool as I seem sometimes, I think. But anyway, I'm a variety streamer. I'm actually 27 years old, and I live in Colorado, and I love winter and snowboarding and all things cold, which is why the theme of my channel is snow/winter related. And I used to stream a lot of Warframe, but now I do mostly variety streaming, and I'm still getting over a cold, so my voice might die mid-podcast, so I apologize for that. Other than that, yeah, nice to meet you guys. Welcome.
Okay, so I guess it's me. Hi guys, my name is Official Daikon. You can call me Dai-chan, or I go as Opinus as well. I'm a variety caster on Twitch, play mostly retro games, anywhere from NES, but I also go all the way to the Wii U and some PC games. I'm from the New York City area. I'm 33, and yeah, I love to go driving and eating. And so cooking is one of my passions, and I love to go out and eat and also drink some good drinks as well, including hot drinks. So nice to meet you guys.
Hi, Jim.
We get to go in.
Yeah.
And then Lucy.
Oh, so we're going around.
Yeah, we're going clockwise.
I'm Lucy, 7x7. I play a lot of The Sims, and I'm really into like survival games now because I like killing things, zombies, Sims people, you know. And for you guys who are wondering, 757 is my area code. I live in Virginia.
Oh, very cool.
It's gonna change though because we're moving, so I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No.
Oh, no.
So yep, that's about it.
Okay, I guess that makes it my turn. So my name is Spoonie, and I am an RPG/variety caster. I like to focus on RPGs, especially ones that I played when I was a kid and was honestly too awful at games to ever beat. So I've been playing through a lot of Final Fantasies, and like everybody in the Chillest, I just like to hang out and interact with chat, and that's pretty much it. I also dance like a dork. So you guys will probably see me do that here too.
Okay. Is it my turn?
It is.
Okay. I'm Natasha. I'm from the UK, if you can't tell. I focus primarily on single-player games, and recently have been doing a lot of creative streams as well. You'll generally find me playing Skyrim or scary or retro games on Sundays. And very glad to be part of the Chillest, and I'm very nervous.
Yeah.
Don't be nervous.
I don't know, we'll just hang out, we'll be fine.
Yeah, I was just saying, chat. I was super nervous. I'm gonna sound like a blubbering idiot for a bit. It was kind of like when Snow was considering me for the Chillest, and she would come in my channel, and I would see her, and I would start shaking, and then she would talk, and everything would just fail for me.
Oh,
That's what it feels like right now.
it's
It's
so
very
different from
strange.
casting.
Sorry, Bandai.
Mm.
It's very strange to sort of not be interactive with chat for me. I don't do YouTube. I'm like, I don't.
It's like there's so much more focus on you, right?
Me too.
It's like, what? Stop
Exactly.
looking at me.
I meant to say that I couldn't get my camera working, so that's why you get the still picture of me.
No.
And we do still have one more person joining us, Kira Corellia, but she's been held back at work, which really sucks. She's pretty bummed out about it too. So if she gets out in time, she'll join us late. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Cross all your fingers and toes and whatever other appendages you have,
Oh my
and
God.
hope that she gets here before the podcast ends, because that would be awesome. But other than that, I guess we can get started. So thank you guys, first off, all of you that sent in questions. Just over the past couple of weeks, we've had so many questions come in, which has been super awesome. Here goes my voice, it's already dying. All right, but so I did sort out a lot of them, of the questions are actually asking about streaming and about Twitch and just the stream team, the Chillest in general. So we're gonna probably address most of those first. So I guess we'll kind of get started with that. So let me, let's see here. Oh, there's a separate sheet. That's right. I made a separate sheet.
Right.
All right, we're good. Okay, so the first question, I guess we can. This is one that so many people asked that I feel would be appropriate to start out the podcast with, and that is, what inspired you to start streaming? So many people asked this question, whether it was like, what inspired you to start streaming? Why did you start streaming? How did you start streaming? So we're gonna go around and answer that question then, starting with whoever wants to chip in. Honestly, I'm just gonna stand here and wait.
Can we just go in the same order that we introduced ourselves, so it kind of keeps it.
Yeah, we can do
consistent?
that. We can do that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Links.
So I guess me. What kind of got me into streaming initially was actually I didn't have a lot of friends that played a lot of video games, believe it or not. Having been on the internet for so long now, I mean, I'm 28, so it's been a while. I didn't have a lot of friends that wanted to play Diablo 3. So that was a big, huge issue for me. And then I realized that so many people that stream have an incredibly great time finding people play games. So I'm like, I could probably do this. I'm not like the kind of person that really sticks to a lot of things, and I'm actually still shocked to this day. I know, poor Lynx, I had no friends to borrow. I know, but I have lots of friends now, so that's a good thing there. But yeah, I didn't have a lot of friends back then, and then I started streaming, and then it's just like you instantly just make so many amazing friends, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, why would I ever stop this? And so it just kind of like was very contagious, and you just kind of keep streaming and you just feed off of that, those really great vibes and everything. So here I am, like almost 2 years later, and I'm still doing it and still making friends. I'll call all the freaking Lynx thumbs, you guys. No friends. But now I have the best friends ever. So it really was because I had no one to really play with, and now I have too many people to play with. So.
And how long ago did you start?
It's going to be my 2-year anniversary is coming up in March. So, yeah, 2 years almost that I've been
That's crazy
streaming.
awesome.
Where does the time go?
I know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Spending time with friends.
Best friends are on Twitch.
Yes.
I guess for me, so I started December 2014. So it's been a little over a year now. And I kind of discovered streaming by accident. Like, I knew about Twitch, because at that time, I mean, I had a Twitch account. That's where I made Snowlit. And I watched mostly League of Legends streams, because I got super obsessed with League of Legends in summer of 2014. So I made an account just to watch and follow League of Legends streams. And then in December, or around like Thanksgiving, like American Thanksgiving, my boyfriend Diz was like, hey, there's this game called Warframe. I think you might like it. And I was like, what? It's a shooter. I don't like shooters. And I really didn't, because I'd never really played them. And when I tried to play them, it was kind of like, eh. But then I got into it, and I was like, hey, this is kind of fun. And then I was like, and at that time, I built my computer that I currently have now. And I was like, now that I can stream, maybe I should try it. Like, just discovered this game called Warframe, and I have a computer that can stream, so why not? So I did it. And then it just kind of took off from there. I was actually in my second to the last semester of grad school for a degree that's not related to video games or computers or anything related to Twitch. And I'm not using that right now, even though I graduated. So there is that. But yeah, it just kind of took off. And then I got partnered in February of 2015. And then it's just been going. And now here we are. So it just kind of happened by accident, I guess. And then it took off and I just kind of let it go because I enjoyed it so much. And all the people I've met, whether it be my streamer friends, my community, just everybody has been so amazing. And I haven't wanted to stop. And even though I've graduated, I have a master's degree, I'm not using it. But, this is worth it. So, yeah, that's my story, basically.
That's awesome. So how I got started was I actually started YouTube first. I was making variety videos of me and my friend Tom, actually Meshka, and I actually started making videos. It could be about cooking Japanese food, and he's Lithuanian, so he was cooking Lithuanian food, and we were just trying out different sorts of videos here and there. And since I like video games, a buddy of mine actually came up to me and asked, "Hey, have you tried streaming?" And at that point, I didn't know what Twitch was back in late August, September of 2014. So he set me up with an OBS scene and plugged my consoles in because I had consoles already. And he said that, "Hey, why don't you promote your YouTube channel by playing video games on Twitch? So if people start following on Twitch, they'll go to your YouTube and you might be able to grow your YouTube." So I started, he literally set up the OBS scene for me and pushed start stream, and I just started streaming. And it was a very slow start because I didn't really have any avenues to promote the channel, a streaming channel. So, it ended up happening that the Twitch channel grew far quicker than the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel still stuck at 200 follows. So yeah, then at a certain point, I just said, you know what, let's scrap the YouTube idea, and I continued on Twitch. So that's how I started streaming.
Oh, it's my turn. Sorry, you guys can't see me. So my story is a little bit different. My husband was in the military, and you get really close with the people that are kind of in your, the military community, but everybody kind of disappears. So you kind of lose that friendship and everybody kind of goes across the country. And I had a few bummer things happen at the time that everybody was kind of dispersing. So I started watching Twitch, and I started watching Tess. I'm sure you guys all know Tess. She's a lovely, lovely person. And she was going through a lot of bummer stuff too. And she was talking about how Twitch really helped her. So that's pretty much how it happened. I just started streaming and started meeting people, and everybody's just so nice. And when you log on to stream, everybody's so happy to see you. It just makes you happy. And like all your worries just go away when you're streaming. So that's basically why I started. And I've only been streaming about maybe 7 or 8 months. And then through Tess, I met Snowlit, and then the rest is history. I've become part of a really awesome community.
Yes, that's right. love
Chillest
Chillest.
love.
Okay, I'm done.
Oh gosh. Let's see. Well, I think because I never really even used Twitch before I started streaming, so I just kind of briefly heard about it, and I had thought about playing Final Fantasy IX again because it was one of those games that I had played and loved to death. I played it 1,000 times and never actually beat the game. And I figured if I streamed it on Twitch, it would give me motivation to actually finish it, because maybe somebody would stop by and be like, "Hey, you haven't finished that game yet. I want to see the end of it." So that's how I got started, and people actually, to my surprise, were interested in watching me finish playing through old RPGs. And I've made a lot of friends here, and that's probably the biggest reason why I'm stuck around, is just the community that I've found here through the Chillest and through the people that have found my stream has just been completely crazy, like amazing to me. That people are so willing to just like hang out with you and be your friend, and they want to know about you and want you to finish games. So I don't know. And I also, admittedly, I kind of I have my phases of going through like darker times kind of stuff too. And Twitch, I think, really helps with that. So that's probably all in all why I've continued doing it this whole time. It's just a lot of fun and I really like it.
Mhm.
I started like 5 months ago.
Okay, well, I started streaming, it was a year ago on the 16th of January, and I'd found Twitch in December through someone who used to cosplay. Him and his friend were playing a scary game. And I thought, this is really funny, you know, it's somewhere to hang out rather than watch TV and not have any interaction. I started streaming thinking, I'm really lazy at typing. I don't want to play a game. So the idea was my friends would come and watch and I could just talk and reply. That was the idea. And maybe make a few new friends and just play basically what I was doing anyway. I was just playing games quite often and maybe find some community with it, which I definitely have. Yay! I'm really happy that it's going so well and we're having a good old time with it. Well done.
Sweet.
And Twitch is great therapy.
It
It
is.
really
definitely
is.
is.
You wouldn't think it, but it really, really is. It's just
Yeah.
such a. It could be such a pain in the ass sometimes, but more often than not, it really is. It's quite the experience. I don't think I could never see myself doing anything else but this now. So it definitely has introduced me to many awesome people, such as you, lovely people,
Mhm.
and
Aw.
my community and our communities, and it's a great. I don't know. There's no other way really to explain it except for that it's just freaking awesome. I love it. I love Twitch.
It is awesome. All right, let's move on. Let's see here. So I guess we can start with some of the other, like, I guess, basics of streaming. One question from JJ Salt is, do you all find it hard to keep a schedule? I feel like a lot of people's lives are sporadic, so how do you keep your schedule consistent? And how vital to a successful stream do you think a consistent schedule is? Everybody can just chip in for
That's a
this.
good question.
Yeah, that is.
It's vital to keep your schedule because people, if you say you're going to be there at 2 and you're not, and there's people in your channel going, "Where are you?" You feel so bad. So if you
Yeah.
make a schedule, you have to keep to it. And it's vital because people depend on you to keep them company during the day.
I think
Yeah.
it's
It's hard to keep it though too.
Yeah,
Right.
it is.
Yeah.
At least like even if you're just 30 minutes late, it's like there's always those few people that are like, where is the streamer? Where's streamer? Streamer, why aren't you here? Hello. Like even your good close streamer friends will do it, of course, just to kind of bug you and make fun and stuff and poke some fun at you. But like everybody has a life, and I think a lot of people who watch streamers don't necessarily understand that as well also, because if you're 5 minutes late, it's like the world to them. They're like, why aren't you there? And they don't understand that maybe you were just running a little late, maybe you had net problems, maybe you had an appointment. So it's definitely important to keep a schedule and try to stay around the general time that you're supposed to be starting at. But yeah, it can be pretty challenging, but it's sticking to a schedule is pretty much everything as well. But having a community that understands when you can't be there, like on the dot of the time that you're supposed to start, is also really awesome. So
What's nice is if you have the lurkers in your channel who sit there all the time, who talk to people who are sitting there waiting. So
that's the best.
yeah. It's-
Yes.
I love those people who sit in my channel and just chat whenever.
I think Tash and I wanted to say something.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Tash.
It's okay. I find sometimes even like it's usually when I've had a bath and they've laid down and it's like, oh, I have to get up and stream now. It's kind of like the gym. I really enjoy it once I'm there thoroughly. Sometimes you think I want to sit, but then because it's on a schedule, you get there and I have such a good time that I'm glad that I kind of stick to my schedule very specifically instead of saying, oh, maybe I'll stream Thursdays. But I do have a bit of variation in mind where it's Friday or Saturday so that I can have one of the nights.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, I
What
think
about-
also like keeping a schedule allows your channel to grow better. Because if you're starting out especially and you don't have that schedule and you're just kind of I stream whenever I feel like it, you can't really build a community. I feel like when your viewers don't know what to expect or when to expect you. So I feel that even if you're just starting out, having that consistent schedule and just laying that out for your community to know, whether it's through your panels or posted on your Twitter, whatever, it allows them to know, when to come by. And if I always tell people, like a lot of viewers come and ask, what is a tip you would give to somebody starting out streaming? And this is one of the things, like keeping a schedule, because if somebody finds you during their lunch break, they're like, oh, hey, I like this streamer. I'm going to come back. And if they stream every day during my lunch break, I'm going to come back during lunch. Like, it creates that kind of, almost like watching your favorite TV show. Like, when it's going to be on and you enjoy it, you enjoy it. So you're going to come back. So, that's my tip for consistent schedules. So
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I pretty much agree with all of that. I think that having a consistent schedule is probably the number one thing that I can see anyway that's helped me grow. Just because people know when you expect, like, oh, hey, I'm going to be playing this game at this time. Like, I even, some people, I think some of us do this. I know I do. I'll set, like, okay, I'm going to play Final Fantasy, for example, on, like, this day and this day. And then this other day will be a variety. So people who don't want to miss story from games that have story are going to know, okay, I'm going to be here on this day and it's going to be at this time. And I can expect that all the time until we finish the game. And it's pretty much that. And I think the longer you keep a schedule, the easier it is to not want to flub on it.
Yeah.
I know, especially the first month or two when I was trying to figure out what schedule worked best for me, I kept feeling myself going, oh, well, I could just stream at this time instead, because, I feel like it now, but I don't know if I will in 4 hours. But sticking to it's helped.
cool. Any other input for that before we move on?
I think we can move on.
Yeah? Okay, well, this is kind of related. This is from Waitona, and she asked, what are the best times for streaming if you're starting out as a new streamer? I feel like this is a trick question.
That's you. I guess that's. I think you should just try out what time fits that personal streamer the best. I mean, you can't. If you have a day schedule such as work or school, obviously you can't be streaming during the day. So I think the best time is to kind of start out at a time that the streamer feels most comfortable, and then again going back to the schedule and keeping a steady schedule. Then you can base a community around that schedule. I think. I mean, because Twitch is a worldwide thing, so 6 p.m. somewhere is going to be 6 p.m. somewhere else in a couple hours, or in 10 hours. It really depends what sort of market you're trying to hit, I guess, too. If you're trying to target your audience to be American or something like this, then you might want to stream around the more US times. You're not going to stream at 3 or 4 a.m. in the US time. So I personally think it should go where the streamer feels most comfortable, and then kind of like work around from there.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
agree.
personally tried all different times just to see what would work best. And I even tried 6 o'clock in the morning, and I got everyone that's heading to work and heading to school, and they were like super excited, but 5:30 wasn't good for me.
Oh my god, it's
So
not good for
early.
anybody.
Well, my husband gets up for work at that time, so I was like, hey, this will be great. It'll be like I'm, going to work too, and I'll be off early. And yeah, it lasted a while, but I changed.
That's dedication.
Definitely.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
I think my schedule's always been more in the nighttime, but that's just because I'm more of a night person. And I agree with what was said earlier. I think you should just start with whatever time you feel like you can most consistently make.
Mm-hmm.
And then, that's going to take, granted, a little while to figure out what works for you. But, just mess around with it. Try to stick to what times you think you're going to make it. And then you can worry about like, oh, what time is better for people to find me for this game?
Exactly.
My schedule starts quite late through the week because I have work, and with our dinner, we just never really know what time it's going to be. The other day I had dinner at 11 o'clock at night. So I try to set mine later so I don't have to have a break. And because I start work quite late the next day, I can stay till 2, 3 a.m. anyway. Works for me.
Yeah, I agree. Just whatever works best for you. I think a lot of people try to over accommodate for every time zone, and you're gonna burn yourself out. You can't accommodate everybody. You'll never be able to tap
Right.
into every time zone and all that stuff. So we're like, have your schedule that is best for you. If it's a couple hours after you get home from work and you can only stream for 3 hours or 4 hours, that's a good start. There's nothing wrong with 3 or 4 hour casts. You don't have to stream as soon as you get home. Like it's the second you step your foot into the door, hit that start streaming button and start it up. You should definitely give yourself time, or you will definitely 100% promise you'll get burnt out. So always like work on whatever is best for you first, and then maybe down the line, a couple months or years into streaming, maybe you can cater a little bit more to another time zone if you're comfortable with it. But definitely when you first start, I would definitely stick to time zone that works for you best.
Silent. I was like,
Everyone stopped then. I can't hear you, Snowlit, if you're trying to talk to us.
Yeah, I don't know.
I muted the mic.
oh, there we go.
Because I was coughing. God, I'm so good. Anyway, so moving along.
I was like, did I say something wrong? Oh gosh, she's gonna kick me out of this.
Moving along.
Oh, no.
Oh man. As I was saying, this is a really interesting question that we're going to move on to that I can't really answer. And I'm wondering, what you guys have to say about it.
Okay.
But what was the funniest, most surprising, or least expected response from friends or family members when you told them you would be a streamer on Twitch? This is from Gargantuan Poppy Seed.
My mom actually watches me stream, so that was kind of surprising.
Did you know that she was watching at first?
Not at first, but like I recognized her username, and so I was like, "Mom, are you watching me stream?" And she said, "Yeah." And the funny thing is, because now we live more long distance, that's kind of a way for her to like hang out with me, sort of, even though like I can't just drive to her house. And it's the same thing for me and my sister. She does too. So that was surprising and kind of cool for me.
That's really sweet. That's really nice.
I just told people recently that I started streaming, but I haven't invited them to watch yet.
It's like that you haven't told them anything?
I'm always, okay, so I did have someone like come in, and of course a lot of personal things came up, and that's the part that scares me. So like my real name came out, which is fine. My real first name is perfectly fine, but it's hard to people who don't usually watch Twitch and don't understand, to have them come in and be like, "Oh, well, so did you know that your mom blah 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 today?" And just a lot of personal information that I was more worried about because they don't understand. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
No, that does. Yeah, I don't really tell people that know me personally about me streaming. Actually, I try to keep everything like that separate from my personal life and to streaming life. I mean, I've had plenty of streamers, over a dozen streamers come over and hang out and stream together. But as far as like personal friends, like my personal life, I try to kind of not merge those two together and keep it a separate entity. And then I think it's been working out good for me. I like it that way. My mother sometimes watches. She says she wakes up at the middle of the night, she can't go back to sleep, she puts on her phone and sees me streaming and watches me for like 5 minutes or something like this. And that's about it. So as far as my mother, she knows that I've loved video games since I was younger, so she's very supportive of it.
See, that's awesome, because like for my family, they don't even know I'm streaming, and they don't know that I'm making money off of it and stuff. I mean, not tons of money, but like my family has, I grew up in a traditional Chinese family, and they've never liked video games. So like my brothers and I, we love video games, but they've never looked at it as something that, they just thought of it as a waste of time. And so if I told them that I was doing this, they would probably wholeheartedly disapprove. So the only people in my family that know are my brothers, just because, we were actually first generation Americans born in the U.S., and so we understand each other a lot better. So because there is that generational gap and cultural gap between our parents and ourselves. And actually my younger brother, his alias is Sky, and he's always hanging out on the stream. So he's like the only one that's really involved. But as far as like the rest of my family, they have no idea. And then as far as my friends, I don't really tell them either, like my real life friends. I don't know. I guess what Daichan was saying, that keeping the personal separate from the online, like this brings us kind of to the topic of how do you maintain privacy as a public figure, as a content creator, because we're all public figures if you look at it that way. And it's really kind of tricky balancing the line between what gets to be too much of yourself, too much personal information given out, and what's, what you want to keep separate, and private. And like it's really hard to keep that balance, I think. I mean, you guys can chime in. What do you guys think about keeping that personal, private balance from your public figure?
Well, as far as like what?
Try to figure it out.
Yeah, are you talking more like if somebody asks you on cast, or if you're hanging out with another streamer, or?
I guess it's just like, I don't know how much you want the two worlds to merge. I guess I don't know. Like,
I guess the whole first name thing. Like, okay, so mine got out, so I went ahead and told my first name, and we all know Lynx's first name and Tosh's, but I know when I'm in Snow's channel, like people are constantly like, "What's your first name? What's your first name?" And they'll like for hours try to guess Snow's name, and she's not going to tell them. So she's trying to balance that. So I guess that's kind of what it's hard, because people want to know about you, but you also have to worry about your safety, basically, because that's just how it is.
Especially as women, as a public figure too, you might have to add that extra layer of that security as well.
For sure.
I'm quite relaxed about it. I probably should be a little bit more reserved, but I talk to my friends about it constantly, trying to explain to them, but I feel like it's such a big part of my life that I involve them in it. It's almost as if they were there. And they don't watch. There's a couple of people from my work that watch, but before I even spoke to them, I was like, you do not talk to them about my name, where I live, do not say anything personal, because I will put you up. What I said. I was like, no. I was like, it's not something you do have to be aware of, but I do talk to them constantly about what is appropriate for us to say, if they do want to come over and talk.
So I didn't mean to start the whole "what is Snowlit's first name" again. I apologize.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Nobody's ever guessed it, so it's been pretty good. Pretty good with
That's
keeping
awesome
it
that you've masked everything so well, and that is such a task for
It is.
Like, people will come into your channel and like tell everything about your life if they find it, and to have kept that under wraps for so long, like, kudos. Like, right off the bat I was like, I'm Kristen, somebody is gonna find out eventually, I might as well just tell you, but you've kept it like such a good secret, so that's a really good job. Like, well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine popped up in a donation. There was like, blah, blah, well, my name's Andrea, so everybody, I mean, my whole channel knows it. So it popped up like, oh, Andrea, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, maybe no one noticed. They noticed. They noticed everything.
Yeah. So is I guess is Spoonie the only other person who hasn't revealed her real name, or have you?
Maybe. No, I don't think anybody knows what my real name is. I haven't mentioned it. Really, the only family members I have that watch my stream are my mom and my sister, and they know. And, well, obviously my husband, who knows. He's not going to tell you. And my best friend knows that I stream, but like everybody else that I know in real life, I haven't said anything to for the same reasons that we were talking about. Like, I don't really want them to just like come in and be like, hey, blah, 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 remember that time that thing happened to you in real life? And I'm like, oh, thank you for saying that. That was really kind of you. Thanks for bringing that up.
I was just recovering from that moment. Thanks.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that kind of brings us to this interesting question. How do you keep your cool with trolls and pervs And like basically, how do you handle trolls that come into your stream?
I want to hear the ladies' answers to this one.
I sick Narafi on them.
Yeah, I stick my mods on them, and I basically just ignore them. I pretend like they never existed because they just get purged.
Yeah.
Or I'd be super sweet to them, and then Narafi says something inappropriate.
I think I kind of vary with it. I shouldn't really pay attention to them. At times I just completely disregard it and I say to chat, just don't listen to them. You know, they want attention. It's what it is. Sometimes I do reply because what they've said is quite hilarious. Just saying, well, I can spell, so there's that. Generally I try to ignore it, or I say, this is Twitch, not Tinder.
There you go.
So...
Yeah, I mean, like
what's Tinder?
Oh, Tinder?
It's like a dating app.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
People ask if I've got a boyfriend. I say, it's me and Frankie. Frankie, it's my PC.
But no, like for me, in my case, like, because I'll get, you know, trolls that are obvious trolls, and then, you know, my mod team, they're really good at just banning that before I even get to it in chat. And then there are, like, the people who come in, they're like, you know, they ask, do you have a boyfriend? Or they ask, can I take you out on a date? You know, things like that. And I'm just like, I usually just laugh it off and say, you know, I'm taken, sorry. And that usually prevents them from, you know, whatever. Because I'll still answer them, you know, but like we don't automatically like ban for somebody who's asking, you know, do you have a boyfriend? I don't know. But,
yeah, I don't ban for that either. I'm just like, yeah, I have a husband. And if it gets creepy, then we'll do something about it. But just asking isn't a big deal.
Yeah. What about links?
Yeah, it's kind of like the same. Sometimes they, you know, like the obvious bad words and the rude stuff, you just kind of ban and ignore. And then there's some that are actually kind of funny, and then you can't help but respond to it. And it's probably not a good thing. I need to actually learn to just kind of like ban and move on. I know that's one of my but sometimes I just can't help it, and I'm in a very trolly mood, and I will troll right back, and then they usually don't say anything. So it's a usual successful troll back, and then I think they leave. So it kind of works. I don't know.
That sounds like success to me.
Yeah, that's a pretty big success. So if you can troll them back, and you have something,
I kind of wish I could. I'm not any good at trolling.
I'm usually it's like 'cause it's on the fly, right? You don't have a second to really think of anything. It's just like, you know, you just say something really quick, and sometimes it's really dumb, and it's like, damn it, screwed up. Really good. Yes, take it. So sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and I have my moments, and then sometimes it's like, I'm just gonna ban you. So
Back, I was watching a Twitch town hall at one of the packs, and they suggested that, because some of them said that they've turned it around where they've made those trolls some of their best viewers. So if you like can turn that situation around and kind of engage with them and talk to them and joke with them just a bit, to see how it plays out, you can turn it around, and sometimes they become some of your best viewers and always come back and aren't trolls anymore.
That's
very
so
rare,
hard
though.
to do, though. Yeah,
Very
it's
rare.
very rare.
Sometimes it does happen, but usually it's just, you know.
Well, you guys have a lot bigger channels too, so it is kind of, you guys probably get like hardcore trolls, and since my channel's a little bit smaller, I can interact with them a little bit more. I mean, I've done a couple people, but usually they just get banned right away.
What about Dai-chan?
Oh,
Trolls.
me? I'm not a big fan of them. There is a line, if they cross it, I tell my mods, I tell actually all the viewers that there's a certain atmosphere and environment that I want to create on the channel. So if it's one of those things where if I let one pass, it gives another person a reason to act the same way. And I'm not a big fan of that. So I tell my mods know to kind of purge them when it's kind of out of the line, or even get on the way to getting out of line. You kind of stop it, warn them first, and then kind of take care of it. Because I've had incidents in the past where if one person came in and they started acting trolly or some way, and nobody really took care of it, so other people started acting the same way, thinking that it's okay to do so.
Yeah.
So I like to focus on keeping that environment and kind of taking that first step and saying, hey, listen, this is not what we're looking for. and if you don't like it, just don't come back, kind of thing. So, yeah.
I guess it all ties back to what kind of atmosphere you want for your stream, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
you have to know where to draw the line. And I think, especially if you're going to start out streaming, because no matter the channel size, you will get trolls. It's the internet, And if you want to have, create a channel where you don't want it to be like a troll fest, then the number one thing is to get a good moderator team. People you trust. Don't just mod anybody and everybody that comes back to your stream more than once. Get people you can actually trust and rely on, because they're the people that are going to be the front line against your mods. I mean, against trolls. Before you even see it
Sometimes
yourself.
mods too.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a big major thing to keep in mind, especially if you're going to be getting into streaming. Because I know all of us here, we have a great mod team among all of us. All our mods are great. I can speak for everybody else's mods. In the end, if you don't have a reliable, team of mods, then in the end, you're the one that's left to have to ban them and all that. And that takes away from the content you create as a streamer as well. So keep that in mind. Because if mods, if they're the ones, if you have mods that are, banning, timing out as needed, it will not interrupt how you conduct your stream. And, you don't have to stop whatever you're doing just to handle a troll. And so you have to keep that in mind as well, I think, as far as dealing with trolls and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
So, I guess we can keep going with these, new streamer advice type of questions.
Okay.
What is the biggest challenge of being a new streamer?
I'll answer that one, actually. I'll start that one. So when I started, like I said, I didn't know anything about Twitch. My friend we created an account, Official Daikon, and then he set up my OBS setup and literally push start streaming and say, here, this is what you push, now start streaming. And for me, because of the fact that I didn't know anybody when I first started Twitch, I didn't know where to even start looking to meet people. I just kind of sat there and just streamed the games. And it took 3 months of 35-hour weeks of streaming. So it's five days a week, 5 hours every day of the week for 3 months. And it took me 3 months to get 90 follows. With an average view count of about 2 or 3. And for me, looking at that number was probably the hardest thing to do, and trying to keep a straight face and just keep try to be entertaining at the same time. So for me, I think the toughest time was when I stream for X amount of hours, and let's say you don't get a follow, or you see that number of 2 and 1 includes your bot or something like this. And that for me was the toughest time, I must say, because you don't have anybody to interact with. So you'll have 1 or 2 people that come in, let's say every 10 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and they don't really stick around. That is definitely the toughest time for me as a new streamer. And especially when you let numbers, I guess, get in the way.
Yeah.
So I say ignore numbers and just have fun. And whoever comes in, whoever even takes the time out of their day to come in your channel, you should greet them and treat them as if they're a friend or potential friend. Nice to them, kind of deal. Go from there.
I think sometimes new streamers focus a little bit too much on what specific game they should play. They think maybe they should play the top 5 games. Whereas I sort of recommend playing what you enjoy. It is easier if it's a more recent game, but maybe not not as diluted as, say, The Division was. Because there's so many streamers, but if people see you having fun and you want to be playing the game anyway, people who come in are going to enjoy it a bit more than if you're forcing yourself to play something that you think you are doing well on, but don't like.
Right. I agree with that.
Me too.
It definitely affects your cast if you're not enjoying what you're playing.
People can just tell if you're playing a game and not really having fun with it anymore.
Yep. I mean, that's kind of how it's been, sadly, with me in Warframe. I love the game, but, the last few times I've cast it, it's been kind of what am I doing? So it's as much as you might love a game or used to love a game, sometimes if your game preferences change, that's okay too, because your stream should never be static. It should always be ever changing, ever improving, and sometimes you do have to change the games you play, and other things like that. So yeah.
And it's not going to happen overnight. One day you're going to have 60 viewers in your channel, and then next week you're going to only have 15, and you cannot take that personally. You just cannot. You can't think, oh, these people aren't here. What, do they not like me? Well, they probably had something else to do that day. Or you just can't take it to heart. You just can't sit here and say, what did I do wrong? You've done nothing wrong. It's just the numbers vary.
Right. It's something that it's out of your hands. It's like I guess it's similar to being in sales, where some days you're going to have great days and some days you're going to have your lower days, and you're just going to have to keep grinding and just acting as if every day is different. You can't assume that, hey, this day was that bad and these 2 days have been poor, so the next day must be poor. You can't have that attitude either. It's just more or less every day is a new day, and it could go whichever way. So just go at it with positive thinking and just have fun, and I think it'll work out in the end.
There's also a lot of streamers that are kind of like one game streamers. Like you see them stream the same game every day in and day out, and you think to yourself, how can this person play this game every day? It's the most boring thing ever. But it makes sense because the person has built up a community, and at the end of the day, there's nothing more important than your community. They're everything to you. They're everything, for the stream. They're just everything. And you're always going to get those people that are going to be in your channel, whether you're playing Hello Kitty Online Adventures or you're playing Counter-Strike. It doesn't matter. They're going to be there. So a lot of the drop-off of viewers could be because you're playing potentially a game. Like if I play Counter-Strike, I just nose dive into the ocean. So it's like, and that's fine because I'm playing a game that I'm enjoying, and people that, not that there's viewers that don't matter and then there's viewers that do matter, but the ones that are always there, like your really close-knit community, are the ones that are going to be there and watch you no matter what you play. And that's what's important. So always be true to yourself and always play what you want versus what the mass majority want you to play. I get told I should go play League of Legends every day. This is not going to happen. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I don't care how much subs or how many followers or how many viewers you could potentially get from it. There's just not going to be any League of Legends in my life. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, just play what you want and the viewers will come. They will sense that positivity from you and see that you're having fun playing the game, and it'll kind of just spread like wildfire from there, I think.
And I love that answer. That's how I try to approach it too. And I love that. I support that too.
It's Akira.
Kira!
Hey,
She
Kira.
made it.
Sorry, I'm trying to be disruptive. I literally just ran in the door and turned on my computer. I'm trying to fix my webcam right now. But hello, I'm Kira Corellia. Welcome to the podcast.
Yay, it's Akira. She made
I've
it.
been listening since the beginning. You guys have given some really great advice for new streamers. I wish I had this around when I was a new streamer.
Me too. Oh my God.
Anyway, please continue. I'm going to fix my webcam so it's not like you could see my pores.
Awesome. All right, so I guess we can keep moving on. This is a question from, from Jadzilla. I don't know if Jad's here. If you weren't streaming, what would you do as your job or spare time? Which also goes into the question of how many of us are doing this full-time? How many of us are doing a full-time job and streaming, part-time job and streaming, etc. Feel free to answer.
What would you consider full-time streaming? Like 35 hours a week, or is there a certain number of hours you have to do a day?
I think it's if you just stream and don't have like
Another source of
a
income.
job. Yeah, like if it's just purely streaming, you wake up and you stream, you go to bed, you wake up, you stream. I think that's what people want. And that's what I consider full-time streaming, but that's not right or accurate.
Right.
I think though.
So let's see. I actually have a daytime job that I go to every day, Monday through Friday. And then that's why I stream during the nighttime. But I do stream 7 days a week, which adds up to about 35 hours a week. So I can just yeah, I don't make any real income on casting, so I don't know. Yeah, I work during the day, so or else I won't be able to stream. So
Nothing wrong
I'm
with
in the
that.
same situation. I have to have a job to pay my bills so that I can stream right now, and I think it would be cool to be able to stream full time someday in the future. But right now, I'm having fun with it. I'm doing it as much as I can.
Yeah, as for me, oh, what Tash, not go.
Sorry. I keep doing that. Okay, I used to take lots of overtime at work, but I have been lucky enough to be able to cut that down. So really, I only work 3 days, and I'm able to carry on with that at the moment. And hopefully, hold on. I do stream quite long when I can. I'd say I stream more than I work, but it's working out the nice middle ground sometimes.
Okay. Now, as for me, like, I currently streaming is my only source of income. But it's not like I'm making tons of money and, like I'm well below poverty level still. But it helps that, I live with my boyfriend Diz and we do split expenses and I'm living pretty much a hobo's life. All I do is pay $10 a month for my gym membership and I buy like $30 in groceries for a week or something.
Eating them ramen noodles.
I know, right? So, like, I don't have tons of expenses other than, like, recently I went to PAX South, but that's about it. Like, I don't expend a lot, which is good. But that said, I don't know how long I can sustain myself because streaming, even if you're a partnered streamer, relying on it as your only source of income is very risky because it's such a volatile source of income. It's not something stable. You can't expect a paycheck, same amount every month, It's gonna vary. Some months are gonna suck where you don't make enough to cover your expenses, your bills, your whatever. And other months you'll make plenty, which is awesome. But that doesn't happen every month. And so it's the thing you have to keep in mind is that even for us partnered streamers, it's not as like glorious as you might think. For anybody who's wondering about what it's like to be a Twitch partner, it depends really on, honestly, how big your community is and how much you actually make. But, I mean, I can't disclose any numbers due to my contract, but I can tell you I am well below poverty level. And, but, I have fun, and that's the reason I keep doing it. Like I've told you guys, I have a master's degree, and I could definitely go get a job and make, well enough. But, I'm doing this for now, because I'm enjoying it so much. And, that's what matters in the end.
Right. Yeah, it really depends. I'm sorry. Go.
No, you go first.
Go.
I knew this was going to happen. You go first.
Let's go.
No, I was gonna say, like, I do this full time, but it was a long time before I actually went into that like full time streaming mode. What I did before, like, if I wasn't streaming, I probably would still be at my old job and everything. I was a claims adjuster for a health insurance company. So I probably would get back into something like that. Like, I don't have a college degree or anything like that, anything fancy. I wish I did. So, like, I don't have that backup plan, but, I know enough about, working in an office. I could be a cubicle farm, so I could work in an office and do something along those lines. Again, things ever kind of didn't work out. But yeah, I pretty much stream full time. And like Snow said, it's very dangerous. And it took a lot for me to make that transition. And like Snow said, we're not living the ritzy life. I live in an apartment. I don't even own it. I rent it. I rent an apartment, but I share it with somebody too. So that also makes it a lot easier. I have my fiance that I split like expenses with and such. So it's very, and if I was like by myself, I probably wouldn't be doing this full time. I'd probably have a job on this side because, like Snow said, again, it's very, it's a very volatile thing where you can make X amount one month and X amount the next month. It's never like the same. Like if there was a chart, it'd probably look like a zigzag because sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not. And at the end of the day, though, I think we mostly can get our bills paid. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't be like searching for another job or a side job or something like that. But making that transition is always like, I was so nervous to do it. I didn't want to do it. And Jesse pushed, my fiance, he pushed me to do it. So I'm always very happy to him. Like, I'm very grateful for him to having like pushed me to make that change, because it definitely wasn't something I was really 100% ready to do, and I probably wouldn't have done it if he didn't, give his blessing for it. So yeah, full-time is I think it'd be really hard to get back into a regular job again. I think it'd be really strange to transition. I don't know how you feel about that, Snow. Having
Yeah,
to
I mean, I graduated last spring, so I've been, I guess my resume would say, Twitch broadcaster from then till now. But yeah, I don't know. I've never thought about it because like broadcasting and, becoming a broadcaster isn't something I plan to do. And it's nothing I ever imagined I would be doing or that I had the ability to do. But the skills you develop as a Twitch broadcaster actually applies a lot. Even if you end up going back and if anybody here ends up like quitting streaming, I hope you guys don't. But if you guys end up quitting streaming, and you transition back, the skills you get from being a Twitch broadcaster actually, I think, is applicable to jobs you would find in the real world. And because you learn so much from being a broadcaster, because you're running your own business if you think about it. And that's not something a lot of people can do and can say they've done, So that's essentially, what you can take away from this. But I mean, I haven't thought about what it's like if I do, go back out there. And I probably will at some point. But I don't know. I guess I'm just taking each day as it is for now.
So was the actual question, what would you do if you weren't a Twitch streamer? I can't remember what the question was.
Yeah, that was the question.
Okay. I would like to be a professional purler. Just for
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like that
awesome.
job title. Sounds good.
What about Kira? She hasn't said anything yet.
Well, I still have a full-time job, which is I work as a systems administrator, and it keeps me very busy. So I would love to not do that and just stream all the time, but I'm trying to be really responsible about it and save up money, get a savings account, and all that adult business before I go full-time. So it's taking a little while to get there. I definitely would love to do Twitch full-time, but I mean, it's hard to see where Twitch is going to be, in 10 or 20 years or something. So
Scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, right? Because it's so new. So you don't know where it's going to go. You don't know if that job security is going to be there. So I think I'll be glad to always have that systems administrator experience under my belt, because if this should fall through for me, then at least I'll have something to fall back on. I mean, you guys raise good points that there are applicable skills you learn by streaming that you could take to a lot of other jobs, but I don't know that I could make the kind of money I want to make with those other jobs. I know I don't like the hobo life. Ramen noodles, it's not enough for me.
But it's so tasty.
So tasty.
They are tasty.
So many flavors.
pretty good.
Anyway, I like my job a lot. I like Twitch more.
I agree.
Okay, so I guess moving on to a relevant question then, from an anchor point. The question is, what advice can you offer to up-and-coming streamers who are also trying to balance a full-time job and school, in addition to streaming?
Holy moly.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
I would say those two things probably come first: school and work.
Your
If you
health
can't pay your bills,
comes
you can't.
first, so don't do them all. Sorry.
So yeah. Oh, it's okay. I mean, that's you need because you're in education for a reason. So if you're in school, you're paying for it out of your money, and you'll need that job to pay off that student loan or for school. So that will always come first. I mean, Twitch. I believe Twitch will always be there, and the viewers, you might lose some or whatever, but I'm sure that you'll always have somebody to cast to. But education and being able to survive, I think that will always come first before. Because if you don't have that, you won't be able to stream. So I would focus most of my time on the school and work. And if you have time, cast whenever you have time, and where it's not going to affect those other two things. Yeah.
I agree with you guys. I agree. It just makes sense. Like you're not gonna, drop out of college or university to stream. You're not going to quit your job to stream. Like I've had, you go to the Twitch Reddit a lot. I go there a lot. I don't post a lot, but I browse a lot. And I've seen this come up a lot. Yeah, I've seen it come up a lot where people are like, I'm quitting everything and I'm going to start streaming full time right now. I have 0 followers. I have 0 viewers. I have 0 channel views. I have nothing. I don't even have a Twitch account yet, but I'm streaming, damn it. I'm always like,
that is, yeah.
no! Like, yeah, I scream at my monitor because it's like, you haven't even tried it. You might hate it. You might not. It might be the worst thing for you. Maybe you're just genuinely a crappy streamer. Maybe it's just not for you. It's not for everybody for sure. So yeah, it's always it always boggles my mind when people are so ready to quit everything and jump right in. Like it's great at the same time that somebody is so passionate about streaming and wants to do it, but definitely focus on the things you're doing currently, like your school and your job and your life. You got to evaluate these things and see if you can fit Twitch into your life. Like if you have 3 children and a full-time job and you're going to school and you have a dog and you have a cat and you have a freaking parrot, you probably don't want to, start Twitch up because you'd probably only be able to stream 30 minutes in the day. And then it's like, well, no offense, but 30 minutes for a stream is probably not long enough anyway. So it all depends on if you have the time, I suppose, to take that kind of endeavor on and start twitching. Not like twitching, but like twitching. Every time someone says, "Oh, you're twitching," I'm like,
where?
I think I was, but okay.
And I agree with that. I'm sorry.
I think sorry, Ty.
That's okay. It's okay.
I think in regards to people deciding, okay, today's the day, I'm going to drop everything, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to ignore all of my social responsibilities, and I'm going to become a full-time streamer, is they get it in their head, this idea of like how awesome it would be to play video games for a living and just talk to people, which it is awesome to be able to play video games and talk to people and all that stuff, but the unfortunate truth is you have to consider the fact that you live in a physical realm where you have to take care of yourself. You have to have a roof over your head and feed yourself. And especially, if you have significant others, if you have kids, if you have pets, anything, and well, yourself too, because you got to take care of yourself. But you have to put those in priority. And it's not, I don't think it's healthy to drop everything that you know and love already because you want to stream. I think it should be something like you guys were saying where you fit it into what you have.
Right. Especially, I was going to say, I agree with the whole family and significant other. If you have a boyfriend, girlfriend, or fiancés, and or husband, wife, I mean, those always have to come first. And you don't want streaming to affect those things in a negative manner, because that's gonna bring your cast down as well. I mean, it's definitely not a good thing. So.
Yeah, you definitely have to make sure that your partner, spouse, whatever, has to be on board with it. If they're not on board with it, then it's just going to cause so many problems.
Mm-hmm. I guess that leads to what is it? It wasn't a question that anybody asked, but like, if for those of us that have a significant other, how was it like balancing Twitch with them? Like, did they accept it, etc.? How, because Twitch is such a big part of everybody's life here. How is it like? Were they accepting of it? Did you have to go across a few hurdles before, they came to accept it? Like, how easy is it to balance having a significant other and Twitch?
My husband laughed at first. He's like, "Oh, there's no way that's going to happen." So the first day he went to work and I was like sitting here, I was like, I'm going to do it. Today's the day. So I did. And I got like 25 follows the first day. And he came home and I was so excited. It was like, I was like a little kid. I was like, guess what? I got 25 followers today and I played Sims. And he's like, no way. And then he just saw how excited I was and he was on board and he helps me with my bot and my channel. And it's just all been really good. So yeah. I'm done. I know you guys can't see me. I'm done.
I think probably a similar thing probably happened to me in that, when I first started Twitch, my husband and I, neither one of us had really watched Twitch. So he was like, I don't know, I guess do what you want. And then as he saw that I really enjoyed doing it, he's like fully embraced it. And I still think that it's definitely not easy balancing having the relationship that you want to take care of and keep what you have and Twitch, especially because it can be kind of hard to not go like full on in on Twitch, because especially when you first start and like things are rolling, get really into it. But I don't know, as long as I think you set aside that time, then it ends up working out okay. And he's come to really like me streaming too, because he gets to write.
I am married, and my husband's always been really supportive of my stream. We just kind of view it as it's my work time, because technically, I mean, now I'm partnered, it is my job. So he knows if he's going to bug me during my stream, he needs to be amusing about it at least, so my viewers get a good laugh. I usually don't get a good laugh out of it, but he's always been very, very supportive. I'm kind of a one-woman show, so I do everything on my own, but whenever I need to vent about Twitch or I want to run something past somebody, and I'll talk to him about it and kind of just see his eyes glaze over because he's like, Twitch, what is that? He doesn't even have a username on Twitch. But he's always really supportive and always telling me, you know, go for it. You could do it. I believe in you, that kind of stuff. And probably could replace my husband with a motivational calendar, I guess. But I appreciate the fact that he just lets me do my thing.
It's pretty much the same for me too. Jesse, my fiance, he was actually on Twitch and in Twitch channels like long before I even knew like what the heck Twitch was. Like I think I made a Twitch account a long time ago, and I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing. Like I thought it was like something maybe for art, like I could stream art, and that was probably before the creative thing even was a thing on Twitch. So I made it forever ago, but I never used it. And he was always on Twitch and everything, so he knows all about, you know, the channels and the rules and all that jazz. So he was super supportive about it. And I'm the exact same way. Like I'll usually, if I have an idea for the channel, or I have a problem with the channel, or I have a problem with the stream, or whatever my issues may be in my ideas and stuff, I always talk to him about it, because he has a sense, like he knows a little bit about Twitch, and probably more than me actually, to be quite honest. And he's always been super supportive. Like I said, he was the one who pushed me to stream full time. So he was he's always there. He's always there for me. I'm pretty lucky.
Well, as for me, I will admit that Twitch has actually caused problems for Diz and myself, my boyfriend Diz. Like he and I have been together over 4 years, and so we're essentially, you know, you could almost call us married, really. But like we like he actually, when he introduced me to it, he didn't think it was gonna be like, you know, something that would take over so much of my life, and it really has. And it's been definitely a challenge to balance, you know, having a significant other and something like Twitch that you enjoy so much, at least in my case. And like it's caused issues here and there, but like in the end, it's what Spoonie said earlier, you do have to set aside time with your significant other. Like it's all about, you know, scheduling and compromising and just like making sure that you do, you know, consciously create time for your partner, because, you know, as what Dai said earlier, you know, real life stuff is still important. Yeah, Twitch is fun, you know, it's so easy to get caught up in Twitch. Like you get caught in, you're like, oh god, this is so fun, I'm getting followers, people are laughing, they're having a good time, and you start creating community and you see it coming together. Like it's so exciting and it's really exhilarating, and it's so easy to get sucked in. And in my case, when I get sucked into something, I get sucked in. Like I get almost obsessed.
Guilty.
And so, yeah. And so, as a result, you know, it's something you have to keep in mind, you know, like, yeah, this is fun, but there's all this other stuff too. And so, I mean, him and I, we've definitely, you know, smoothed things out, and it's been much, much better. But in the end, it's the whole, you know, have fun with it, but don't forget all this other important stuff in your life, you know. Whether it's a significant other or your pet cat or dog, like don't forget to feed them, you know, things like that. Super important, man. So, and I think it also helps. One more thing. I'm sorry. I think it also helps that if your significant other understands and at least has, if they're not into video games, that they at least understand video games, because there is that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's a lot easier if they, you know, can relate to some extent. Okay.
I think it's a lot easier if they see Twitch, because when I tell people I stream video games on the internet, they just kind of, what?
They probably think of like, you know, oh, that's unusual. Maybe.
Yeah, or I always kind of suspect that they think maybe I'm a cam girl of some kind, so then I just play games. And I'm like,
You say you're
"Yeah, I play
streaming.
video games.
That is like the opposite of your stream.
Yeah, I was gonna say that to add to that, it goes back to the topic earlier. Is you want to make time for the significant other or your family or pets, because like we were talking earlier, we don't want to burn yourself out either. And when you burn yourself out, you have almost no tolerance for anything, even for streaming or a significant other or pet or family member or your friends. And so I guess to also combat that what is it called? Being burnt out, spending time with that loved one, making time for that is also a good way to kind of take a break from cast and really reconnecting with the loved ones, and also what you really like to do or on the side of streaming. That's
Tashnak?
Yeah, I'm a single Pringle, so I get the full tub of Pringles. That's my feeling. No, I do agree with you. It's definitely important to make time for friends and family, and it's something that I've been focusing on now, because I have been pushing and doing a lot of hours. So it's important to make sure you connect with your friends as well as that, because as Di says, you can get burnt out and it becomes difficult to stream. And it's something, if you enjoy it, you want to enjoy it all the time. And if you're just tired all the time and no real interaction with people, it becomes a problem.
But Twitch is interaction with people.
No, I mean,
Who needs real life friends?
You have no idea. I say this all the time on my stream, but I'm super socially awkward, and I find it really hard to make friends in real life. I just don't know how to converse with people. Like, I just let them do their thing and like talk whenever they want. But online, it's a lot easier because I just talk the whole time. I never have to stop talking.
I'm honestly the same way though, Kara. Like, I have a really hard time, and I've always had a hard time making friends in real life because I tend to go overboard and put my foot in my mouth and say stupid things right up front when people are still only supposed to be seeing like this outer shell of you. And then they're like, you look kind of crazy.
My problem with it is I find if I don't see someone, even if it's my sister or someone, every now and again, I get very into my own thoughts, and it's not necessarily great for me. So I like to just go up and be like, give me a hug. And like, I need a hug today. So while I get a lot of great interaction from Twitch, I find like even if I could do it full time, I probably would volunteer for a day to get out of, because then I find I'd appreciate Twitch more when you come back to it rather than all the time.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
It's really easy to get burnt out on streaming if you overdo it. So that's a good point to know when to take a break.
breaks are good. But anyway, let's move to this one interesting question that I've like been eyeing.
Okay.
I guess it's not completely related, but it kind of is. It's from No More Color, and it's this giant paragraph, so I might need you guys to actually read along with me. But if you go to the streaming Twitch/Chillest sheet, and you scroll down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So years ago, a heavy metal musician said that his behavior in his private life is nothing like the persona he projects on stage. Recalling his statement sparked my curiosity. How much of the self that you project while streaming is consciously created versus spontaneous? Mind you, I'm not accusing anyone of being fake. The musician in question isn't behaving falsely on stage. As he put it, he runs around the stage like a buffalo in heat, and while that kind of energy is great at a concert, it would probably impede his efforts to get his children to go to bed or to discuss family issues with his wife. I suppose my question is meant to spur discussion on your respective creative processes. How much time do you spend outside of stream developing ideas for giveaways and other things, whether you prefer to start a stream with ideas of what to talk about or just let your communities guide the discussions, etc. Basically, your stream self and your off-stream self.
I like that question a lot.
That's a great question.
Yeah, love it.
I think there are a couple different questions in there, though. First of all, how many of us have a stream persona and an off-stream persona? And then second of all, how much time do we devote off the stream to thinking of things that are going to happen on stream, or do we just kind of throw it all out there and just let it happen?
Right.
So I think addressing the first question, I'm definitely more amplified on my stream. This is who I am in real life, but if you meet me in person, I'm very, very shy and socially awkward. So like I was saying, it's really hard for me to get to know people and like know when we're friends. And like Spoonie was saying, like when you kind of stop pretending to be like perfect. But I mean, this is absolutely me. This is just me if you've known me my entire life. As far as do I do things off of the stream? Absolutely. How much time do I devote? Every waking moment.
A lot.
I am always thinking about my stream. How can I make it better? What can I do to really involve the community more? So it's not just the Kira show, it's the Kira crew show. So it's more about the chat and the people that come watch me all the time, because without Kira's crew, there wouldn't be a stream. I mean, there wouldn't be Kira's crew without Kira, but I need the crew too.
The biggest baddest is on Twitch.
Yeah, exactly. Biggest picture badass is on Twitch. And I just think it's, if you're only looking at how you can improve once a week or once a month or something, that's not enough. I am literally every free moment my brain has, I'm trying to think of something that I could do, not necessarily something revolutionary, but something that I could do to make my stream better or to give my viewers a better experience.
Agreed. I agree. As far as me persona-wise, the way I act on stream is pretty much exactly how I am. If you see me off Twitch, if I recently met Mango Broconut in New York at a meetup, and what you see here is what you'll get if you beat me off cast. And I know some people like to do that, have the persona of an on-stream persona, which is perfectly fine because that is a different self, as I guess. Like I used to play music too, and I used to perform, and you have to have that kind of persona on stage versus off stage. But for me, I think it's just easier to act naturally. Sometimes I've noticed when people do kind of have that on and off switch of the different personalities, like especially if you meet them in real life. I just figured if I want people to like me for who I am, so I will act exactly who I am on cast and off cast. And if you guys get to meet me off cast, I'm exactly the same way. I don't think I act as if I'm a perfect person on cast at all. I'm sure if you guys see my cast, I've gone through many different things through my life, and I've shared it on cast, and I have no shame in sharing difficult things that I go through. I've cried on stream. I've gotten very angry on stream. I've laughed my butt off. I've done everything, I think. And this ties into the next part where I do think about my cast, and I don't really plan my cast where I have topics to talk about. I usually start off with what's been going on in my life. It doesn't have to be too personal, but something very vague, or if it's Twitch related, or if it's something with the weather or how my job went, or something that irritated me, or actually I asked the community, hey, how did your day go, and kind of stir the conversation that way. So yeah, but as far as improving stream, yes, constantly. I'm always talking to my boy Scott, which does all the videos and stuff like that, to see what other things that we can incorporate to improve the cast, or if there's some lighting technique or audio technique that we can play around with, or what game should we check out in the future. So that's my answer.
Yeah, as for me,
Go.
go. Okay, well, you guys are wondering why I was making weird faces. My boyfriend just came home. But anyway,
That makes sense.
you guys are wondering. But
Totally understand now.
as for me, like as far as having like an on-stream persona and an off-stream, I'm pretty much, I guess it would be the same, except I'm a lot quieter in real life, and like Kira, I'm a lot more shy, and it's like I talk a lot when I'm on stream and stuff, but if you meet me in person, I actually get kind of quiet a lot of the time. But overall, like my personality and like how derpy I am and clumsy and forgetful and how lost I am, that's pretty much me. And like I can understand having, you know, separate or two different personas, like, you know, on and off stream, but you know, it's like what Dai was saying about when you meet somebody and when you meet like people in your community in real life, like, you know, it's for some people, like they want to believe that what they see on stream is how you are in person. And if it's, you know, and if they meet you and they find out, oh, you're completely different, then, you know, for those viewers, those people who are actually like your fans, they actually end up being, you know, it kind of shatters their world, which is kind of crazy. So that is something like that to keep in mind. But that said, like, it's okay to, you know, project yourself and be, you know, a little bit more than what you usually are. But I would say don't be who you're not either. Because, you know, streaming is kind of like putting on a show. And if it's not who you are, it takes effort to be who you're not. And so you will burn out a lot quicker because of that. And it's not something you can keep up really, you know, really well, in my opinion. But
Agreed. Yeah.
I don't know. I love seeing, I don't know the right word for it. I guess I like seeing really unique streams. And there was a point in time when I considered changing the format of my stream from more of a Kira personality-centric stream to a scripted story stream, where it would kind of be like Future Man, where Future Man plays games to save the world from... it would have been like that, where I would play video games to fulfill some sort of plot. I never really told anybody about this. But that would have been me playing not only myself as a character, but also other characters as well. And I think that would have really brought, in my opinion, this never happened, so who knows? I think that really would have brought something a little bit different to Twitch. And I like seeing those kinds of streams where people are playing a character. I absolutely agree that it can be exhausting, but if it's something that you're doing for the passion of it, then it might be a little bit easier to, I guess, push that fatigue off and just enjoy the time that you get to be that person. And then off the stream, you know, you could be whoever you want to be. I think whoever you are on stream is fine. I don't think you necessarily need to stay true to yourself or be exactly who you are off camera. As long as who you are on camera is an entertaining character to watch, then I think that's what matters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that too. I mean, that's what's so cool about Twitch is you can be anybody you want, and you can be the person that you've always wanted to be. Kind of explore that, and Twitch does give you that option and do that, I guess, in this sort of way. And I guess if you let people, the community, understand that this is my persona on, you know, the on-cast persona, this is who I am, I guess people have a different reaction rather than kind of making them assume that this is how you are off-cast, possibly. So I guess it goes to, what is the purpose of your cast? Like, what are you trying to achieve in your cast? Like you were mentioning before, that if you want that sort of stream, then that will be the purpose. So that's why you'll be working towards that. And for, I guess, like in my case, I guess it'll be more like, hey, let's enjoy video games how we used to play on the couch. You go over to somebody's house and we play video games together. So for me, I guess I approach it more of I'm just gonna be who I am. And I mean, of course, I'm not gonna go out on the street and start dancing to hot drinks. Or like this.
Darn!
You might have a lot more YouTube subscribers if you did.
Right. In the middle of New York City, start dancing Dikitus, right? Yeah. But I mean, yeah, if I'm with like Twitch friends off cast, yeah, I'll do Dikitus and oh hells yeah and stuff like that. But you're not gonna see me at a bar drinking beer and starting going, oh hells yeah, out of nowhere. But yeah, I guess it really depends on the individual caster and what they want to achieve. And I think that's what makes it kind of interesting when you have that on Twitch.
You probably get like a different audience too, depending on if you're in a persona or if you're just your true self. Like I personally consider myself to be 100% genuine, but like Kira said, just like amplified a little. Like I'm probably way more goofier. I probably swear way more. I probably say way more stupid things than, you know, I normally would just sitting on the couch talking to Jesse or something, or talking to somebody in real life, because I am also an extremely awkward person and I don't have a lot of real life friends. Okay, I lied. I have no real life friends. But that's okay, because I have the internet, and the internet is all the friendship that I need. And but you know, if I meet somebody in real life, like when I went to BlizzCon, it was actually an extremely nervous experience for me, and I was very, you know, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to see all these people that have watched me for, you know, over a year, and how am I going to respond to that? And I actually was fine. So I feel like Twitch has definitely made me a more, I don't know, a more open person. I'm more charismatic. I think I can handle talking to people that I don't know or don't necessarily know, like face to face, a little bit better. But at the end of the day, I am pretty true to myself. Like, to answer the question, I don't think I have a persona, except for that maybe I'm a bit sillier and maybe I make funny noises, or you know, who doesn't? It's gonna happen sometimes. And I think it's fun that Twitch allows you that kind of freedom to kind of be silly and be yourself, because you're probably amongst other silly, fun people that are a lot more like you than, you know, Joe in accounting when you're at your job or something like that, who
Right.
you know, has, you know, no correlation with games whatsoever. So you kind of feel like you're amongst people that are so similar to you that you can kind of open up. And for the other question about, you know, how much do you dedicate to your stream as a whole, like the giveaways and the planning, and how do you prepare your stream? I probably spend way too much time on it personally. I'm sure everybody from the Chillest is probably the same way. We spend a crap load of time on our stream. As soon as we hit ending stream, we probably, you know, get into the comfiest pair of pants we have, the biggest t-shirt that's been, you know, we've had in our collection for 20 years or more, and probably let down our hair or put our hair up, and okay, maybe that's just me, I don't know, but
Definitely not me.
everyone's like, I already wear my
Top knot right up here and then get to work.
But then it's like, and then after that, it's like back to streaming. Like it's back to getting ready for the next cast, or you have something planned. You have a graphic designer that you talk to, or, you know, you have a giveaway that you're doing, or you're talking to somebody with, you know, maybe doing a collaboration or a dual stream or a triple stream or whatever. Or maybe you have a podcast planned, I don't know. So it's like, it's always on your mind. I go to sleep at night and I don't really sleep. I think about the stream. I think about ways to improve. I think about what I can do better, how I can improve, what my viewers want to see. And it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to change who I am, or I'm going to change the way I talk, or change the way I sound, or stop swearing. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. But I always think about the stream and how to make it just better as a whole. But not necessarily how to change me, or how I'm going to have my persona one day. Not that personas are bad. Personas are great. Like, I love it. I think they're great. Like, I personally love watching streamers that have personas. I don't think it's for me personally, but I'll watch them all day long. So there's definitely nothing wrong with them. But definitely a big chunk of my day is spent planning streaming stuff. I probably should, you know, maybe shower once in a while. I don't know, maybe sleep. That thing called sleep. I heard it's quite
You
nice.
can still think about streaming in the shower, I guess.
Oh,
That's true.
You
Okay.
can multitask.
With my stream, what you don't see and sometimes see is what you get. I'm an emotional person, and when I start like ending my stream like at a big moment, like when you get 2,000 followers, or, well, you know, 2,000 is a lot for me. You know, just those moments where people they toss you all these fills and it's so emotional. I'm a crier, and you can ask my stream. I just get so overwhelmed that people tune in to watch, and I mean, and the tears just flow, and the stream has to stop literally while I sit there and blow my nose, and it's just, so basically I am what you see, don't see. I don't have a problem crying when you guys make me feel awesome. Because I am. I mean, just like everybody, we're so grateful that you guys come in and want to watch us and all that. So when we cry, it's not fake. I mean, it's just not. I mean, nobody has to sit there and work up their tears because you guys are so awesome. But and as far as working on stream, yeah, constantly. I'll sit here and work on stuff and watch people on the Chillest. That's basically what I do.
Okay, well, this kind of moves us to some like moments questions, I guess.
Okay.
What was your most? This is from M. Faye. What was your most awkward streaming moment? Is there an awkward streaming moment?
I have it highlighted actually. So this guy came into the stream, and he said something, and I don't remember. I don't know if his name was Chill or whatever, but I'm like, so how's it hanging? And I was like, who says that? Who says how's it hanging anymore? And I was so embarrassed. And then Scyther goes and does his little thing where people can just loop it and watch it over and over again. And it was just like, I was red. I didn't know what to do. It was crazy.
Is this a highlight on your profile that I could watch at some point?
Yes.
Let's all go there right now.
It was just so weird because I was like, as it was coming out of my mouth, I was like, what are you saying right now? Stop. And it was too late.
Oh my god.
Mine are probably when I'm just being really derpy in a game and it's really obvious to me, but one of my highlights as well is I was doing perla stuff and I broke the iron. Just completely.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, you Hulk smashed it.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize at first, and I turned to use it and it was just broken. And I was like, I'll try to fix this. And it was my sister's iron, so we had to buy one. That was a bit awkward.
I think more awkwardness happens in my stream than I'd like to admit. But most recently, I think yesterday, the day before, some guy came into my stream and said something like, do you have an Amazon wish list? I'd like to buy you something. I just got my tax return. I was like, oh yeah, sure. If you want to, link down below, but don't feel like you have to. He's like, there's not that much on here. Don't you want to add new things? I said, no, not really. I mean, that's all the things I want right now. He says, why aren't there any corsets on here? Oh my God. Wow. I just didn't even know what to say. I'm like, oh, nope, that's all there is. Sorry.
Nope, sorry. No chainmail bikini here.
It was super awkward.
I can't think of an awkward moment other than like
kind of too.
that one.
I'm sure my chat would be more than happy to tell me of all the embarrassing things I've done.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think there was. I mean, I'm sure there's been more awkward stuff, but.
Yeah, same. I don't remember.
I mean, other than revealing stuff about like my like sex fantasies and stuff, but that's just
Oh, let's not start.
There might have been alcohol involved, but yeah,
Not the
like
chocolate again. I think I was there for that.
but yeah, I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess moving on then. What was your was there a moment that you immediately regretted on stream? This
Saying,
is
how's it hanging?
Doc Zed. Like, have you ever done something on stream that you immediately regretted? Daikon's trademark dance included, for example. And if so, what? Feel free to include all the gory details.
You regret doing that dance?
Well, that was from Doc Zen. He said it. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't regret doing it.
Okay.
I've just had a flashback to an awkward moment.
Oh.
We were playing Skyrim and we were having a little tip of wine. And someone asked to see my char. And I read that as chair. I had a different chair. And I was like, I guess you can see my chair. Stepped off and lifted it up. And then when I saw chat just dying, I regretted that.
That's amazing.
It was, I think I've blocked it out because it's so embarrassing, but I wish I'd had recorded it. I just wish I had.
I'm still trying to think of like the most embarrassing thing or something that I've regretted. There was one time that I was trying to show my husband how to do high fives and he hit me in the face on stream.
I think that counts.
Yeah.
But I've also done the Carlton on stream, so I don't know what
Yes.
I don't know what to really pick. I don't have a lot of shame for doing silly things, at least. So I do those a lot.
I tend to get scared at really unscary things in games. Most recently, I was playing Fallout 4, and I was in this crazy maze. It's inspired by the movies, the Saw franchise. And I'm running away from these creepy-looking ghouls. They're ghouls. They look like zombies, but they're called feral ghouls. Anyway, I'm running away from them, frantically trying to live, and I run into this space where there are all these animatronic monkeys, and I just wasn't expecting anything to be there. I thought it would just be another corner to just run around, and I saw them, and they all look up at the same time. Their eyes flash on, and I just yelled, monkeys! It was so embarrassing. And right after that, I just laughed. I stopped streaming and just laughed at myself for probably 3 minutes. Right after that, I started to walk away again and turn the corner and got scared by something else that wasn't that scary either. So I did highlight that. That's on my profile if you want to see me make a fool of myself twice in a row.
That's funny.
I don't know, admittedly, that sounds like something where I would have screamed too.
It was just so surprising. I wasn't expecting anything to be there. And then they're toys. They're literally toys. It's not even like scary monkeys. There's those toy monkeys that clap the cymbals together. That's all it is.
No, they are.
They are,
I went back and killed them all. So rest easy tonight.
as they
I
deserve.
destroyed the monkeys.
I'm trying to think of I'm sure there are embarrassing moments I've done on cast, knowing me, I'm sure. I don't know any offhand, but I know one time I did the Dekiru dance and I ran off the screen and I was trying to jump into my chair and the chair bounced me back and I hit my head on the table and I fell down. Nobody sees it.
I watched that GIF and I couldn't stop laughing, Di. I'm really sorry. I hope you didn't hurt yourself when that happened.
It hurt, but I couldn't stop laughing at it. I think
That's where hijinks comes in.
oh my god.
All right, well, I guess moving on to more moments questions. Hardest moment as a streamer. This comes from Osiris Gaming. I don't know what he means by hardest moment. Maybe something that was difficult. I don't know.
Hardest moment. I think. Well, for me, would be anything that that involves something very emotional, where it hits you really, really hard, and you are in that very depressed kind of really, really tough moments. I think that's probably the hardest time, because you don't want something to be so personal that you want to share it to the cast, but at the same time it's hard to be, especially if you want to try to be cheery and happy, it's very hard to keep that. And when people start noticing and then you start like consciously looking at numbers, or you look at something and you see that get affected, and it just brings you down even more, I guess. So for me, the hardest moments, like those kind of moments when something's going really hard in my personal life, and try to also stream and try to keep my stream. I'm sure you guys know it's about positivity, friendship. So for me, I want to try to keep myself as positive as possible throughout the cast. But there are moments where, I'm sure you guys know from the past, it's just hard to keep that momentum going while trying to deal with something really, really, really hard in my personal life. So that's probably the hardest for me.
Yeah. I guess the hardest for me would be in mid-December, Diz and I we broke up for a bit. And my first cast back after that happened was pretty rough. Because, with my community, I tell them everything. They're actually like my family, my second family, basically. And so, I felt like I owed it to my community to tell them. And it was so hard at the time. Diz and I are back together. We're fixing things, but at the time, it was something that I couldn't tell them without, just breaking down. And so that was probably the roughest for me, because it felt like I was super vulnerable, and the community they were there for me. So I think that really solidified our relationship and just how close I am to my Twitch family. And so that would probably be my hardest moment, I guess.
I think it's really hard to find the place in both of those kinds of moments where you keep a little bit of privacy, but at the same time, you know, letting viewers know that you appreciate that they asked, you know, how are you? Why are you looking sad? Or what's going on? Are you okay? And not trying to keep them completely out, but just to say, you know, well, here's basically what's happening. It's kind of rough. I don't really want to talk about it. Especially because you answer that question so many times in that one stream, you know, because one person asks, 5 minutes later, somebody else asks. And I've absolutely been there. I mean, I've had sick family members. I mean, my dad had surgery recently and my job works me to the bone. And it's so hard sometimes to just come to this stream with a smile on my face and keep being positive. And keep getting those questions, you know, was everything okay? I saw you put something on Twitter, or, you know, and just also try to keep the stream on track while still letting your friends, because that's who your viewers are, and your friends know what's up without, you know, letting it impact you too much or impact the stream too much. Definitely difficult.
Well, I guess for me personally, I haven't had anything like super sad happen to me, thankfully. But the one thing that was super frustrating and, you know, really crappy was my net. Like just recently, I wasn't even sure I was going to be able to do the podcast, but my net's been actually pretty good. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
Yeah, but when your net, it's like you don't realize how important your internet is until it starts like messing up, and you don't realize you know how valuable it is to what we do. Like if you don't have a good connection, or your connection's just crappy, or you know it's just not working for whatever reason, it's really nerve-wracking. And I've had to cut my stream short without saying goodbye. I've had to not be wasn't able to stream at some point. Some days, entire days, my net would just be down, and it was like really frustrating, because you want nothing more than just to stream. And I don't think you realize how important it is to you until you don't have it. It's kind of like that rule where you don't know what you have until it's gone, kind of thing. And it sounds so cheesy to talk about like, oh, my internet, my beautiful internet, oh my gosh, where are you? But it's like, it was really hard for me, because every time I was so frustrated, and I don't usually get emotional. I don't cry. I'm not a crier. I don't know why. There's something wrong with me. But like I was close to tears for sure at one point with my cats, because my net was just so garbage, and so many amazing moments were like just kind of cut short. I couldn't do certain things, certain events happening, certain games coming out I couldn't play, and it was just heartbreaking. It just breaks your heart, because it's so important to me personally. I know streaming is important to all of you guys as well, so having your net kind of block you from doing that is always very annoying. And it just because it's not like it was, oh, my net was out one day. It was more like my net was kind of crappy for a month or 2 or 3. So having that stable was just no bueno. I don't want it like that anymore. So I'm still fighting it, but it seems okay. Seems to be all right.
So just recently, I lost my confidence. Like I was like, I can't do this anymore. And Kira helped me. I reached out to Kira, and she gave me a pep talk, and she made me happy. But it's so easy to lose your confidence. You just don't you're just like, oh, they hate me. And so just recently that happened. And thankfully I had Kira there to help me out with it. But
well, I'm glad I could help. I didn't realize it was that severe for you. Your message just kind of seemed like, well, I'm having a little bit of a rough time today, Kira. So if I had known it was so serious, I probably would have said some more interesting things.
Oh, no, Kira was great. If you guys ever need a pep talk, because Kira's been going through some stuff too, and I watched her stream later that day, and she was just having a rough day, and I was like, oh, I feel so bad. I can't believe I went to Kira, but she was pretty awesome. And
oh no, it's fine. I'm glad I could help you out. You're my friend.
That's awesome.
Anyways, I'm good now. I'm just saying that you do lose your confidence so easily that, it just, one person could say one little thing and it gets in your head and you can't get it out of your head. So I think that's the hardest thing that I have to deal with.
I think that's a really good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
doesn't matter how long you've been streaming for. Sometimes it's like one thing one stupid idiot says on the internet will bother you out of like a sea of horrible things. That one thing, you think about it and you're like, ooh, maybe that's true. Like maybe it's like pretty accurate. I don't know. But and then after like maybe just talking to some friends like you did, just kind of, makes it a bit more, easier to get over and understand that no, you're not, the biggest, fattest person on the planet. You're actually fine and you're okay. And, whatever somebody has to say about you, because everybody has something to say about everybody. But talking to friends is really helps. Like it helps for sure. Like I talk to people all the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, I have this problem. And, it definitely helps to talk to somebody. So it was nice that Kira was there for you.
Well, moving on to this question. It's a little more lighthearted. What was your most, this is from the Spellslinger and Frog Dude TV. What was your most rewarding / poignant moment on stream?
I think for me, it was getting partnered, to be honest. Not because it was it had been my dream for a while. That's not a lie. But the way that I got partnered was because I had been frustrated for so long that I kept applying for it and getting declined. And it was really, really crushing my spirit. Like literally, I started to feel like I was not partnership material because I kept getting that decline in my email every single time. And the way I finally got partnered is I did a campaign. I called it Push for Partnership. We had a hashtag. I made a YouTube video. It was basically like a call to arms, asking everybody to come and watch me. I started streaming 6 days a week for 3 weeks, and it worked. My viewer numbers, they doubled, sometimes some days tripled, and the amount of love I felt, I'm getting a little teary-eyed. The amount of love I felt was just so overwhelming. And then to have that pay off and know that it wasn't me that did it, it was my community, it meant so much to me. It's nothing about streaming is a one-person job. It really does take an entire community to make a stream successful. And to know that my community had made that happen for me just meant so much to me. And I was crying and it was ridiculous. But it was amazing. I don't think I'll ever forget that. And now I need a tissue. I'll be over here.
Well, I'm glad that you did the Push for Partner, Kira, because that's literally how I found you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you were doing that 24-hour stream during the push, and I found you on the Twitch Girl Gamers subreddit, and that's how I met all of you guys, literally.
Then I'm happy too.
Mine was, I was streaming late one night, and I normally don't stream late, and Miss Snowlit came into my channel and she says, Lucy, I have something to tell you. And I was shaking because I knew what it was, because she, asked me if I wanted to be in the Chillest. After I asked her, I approached her about it and stuff, and it took a while because she was moving and I was getting nervous, and I was like, oh no, Snow doesn't like me. She doesn't think that The Sims is cool enough to be her team. And I cried, and she's like, no, don't cry. And that kind of just made me like, yeah, this is really, it was another push that yeah, this is really, really what I want to do. So yeah, that was one of my most awesomest moments so far.
That's awesome.
Anybody else? I guess I could go.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, for me it was, I mean, every stream's awesome, but when I really realized how just awesome my community was when I hit 250 subscribers. Because it was kind of, what was I doing? Was I doing like a subathon or a long stream or something? And several members of the community actually made alternate accounts because I had the active sub count on the stream. And when we got close to 250, people just started making alternate accounts and subbing, and it was just I just became overwhelmed and basically poured my heart out to the stream at that time. And it was I really realized just how much I loved my community and just how important they are to me, not just to my stream, but to me as a person and in my life. They're just, I never want to stop streaming because of just how wonderful the people are in my community. And so it really hit me then when I was pushing for 250 subs that that happened. And yeah, that was my moment.
Yeah, I think I'm quite similar to you, Snowlit. Like, I appreciate so much that people even come into the stream, never mind all the extra support that they give us by tweeting out and hanging out, talking, donations and subscribing, and just being absolutely brilliant people. And just every day it's surprising that people will come and say hey sometimes.
Yeah. I agree too. I've experienced something like that last year. I think around June. I wanted to go to PAX Prime, and it just with many different things, I just wasn't able to afford the money to go to PAX Prime, and also I wanted a new computer to stream, which is the current machine that I use now. But yeah, I've never placed a donation goal button or a bar on my cast. I tend not to, but I really wanted to go to PAX Prime that year, and I asked the chat, would it be a problem if I place this, because I don't feel comfortable putting that bar under there, and the response I got was just try it and see if you like it. If it bothers you that much, just take it down. And I did. I said, okay, fine, I'll try it one day and see how I feel. And I just put some arbitrary number, and then that number was met within 4 hours. It just, people just came in, and it was nonstop. I couldn't stream a game. That's how insane it was. I was crying for the next 4 hours on cast when that happened. And it was just different streamers, different viewers all came together and say, hey, I want you to go. There were people that sent quite a bit and mentioning that if I'm not there, it's not PAX, and I want to meet you there. And that was an amazing time. And I couldn't stop crying. I was so thankful for everybody on Twitch community as a whole. It felt amazing to be in that sort of environment where people can come together and help out for a purpose like such as that. And I'm eternally grateful for it. And I do also get viewers that come in mentioning that they were having a tough time, they're going through something tough in their life, coming to our channels or anybody in the Chillest and say how much better they feel just watching and lurking in the channel during something, significant or whatnot. And that always makes me smile, and it feels amazing to be casting and to be a help of somebody in need. It's a very good feeling. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of in a similar boat as the rest of you guys, just on a daily basis, because I have my days where I just feel like crap. I feel like literally the worst person that exists on the planet, and I'll still stream and people show up and are like, hey, how are you doing? Like, I hope that you're well. And they talk to you, and it makes me feel better. And especially the first time I did, it was the longest stream I've done so far, and it was the first time I ever tried anything longer than 3 or 4 hours. It was my 12-hour stream, and I could not believe that people showed up and would stay for hours and hours. And I had a handful of people that I swear were there for the entire 12 hours, and I have no idea how they did it or why, but that made me so emotional, just seeing it hit 12 hours and the same people were still there, and they were all so happy to be there. And I can't even, there's not enough words in the English dictionary for that.
Tashnar, links.
Well, I mean,
most rewarding moment.
Pretty much the same. I mean, I can't really pinpoint one most monumental, amazing event, because it's pretty much the same. Every time I stream, I feel so grateful. I feel so rewarded. My viewers, my friends always treat me like a queen, the bunny queen. So it's like it's hard to just pinpoint one specific amazing moment, but like all the 24 like a little bit of each of all you guys said, you know, every 24-hour stream I've done, you definitely see the people that have probably been there since the very beginning, and it's always so amazing that somebody would be in your chat for 24 hours with you, talking to you and all that, and it's just like, why don't you go to bed? You don't have to stay, you know. But they do, and it's so surreal seeing somebody and seeing them in chat and they're there the entire time with you. It was surreal when I got my partnership. I applied I think twice before I got accepted, and that was crazy as well. Like I didn't think I'd get partnered so quickly. Every time I get a donation, I'm just speechless because it doesn't matter if it's $1 or it's $100, it's still equally amazing, and it never ceases to amaze me that there's people that are willing to donate to, you know, an entity on the internet playing video games. You know, some people don't get it, but those that do, like, just love it. And it's still, like I said, it's still a surreal kind of feeling. And it's never gonna, I don't think it's ever gonna sink in that there's just so much of that support from so many people that, you know, don't know you on like a personal level. They just see you through the screen. They see you on the stream, and you know, they talk to you and ask questions. And yeah, there is that certain kind of bond and stuff. And I totally agree. It's usually a pretty nice, strong bond, and I appreciate that as well. But it's just every moment I think is very, very surreal and amazing. And that's why I just don't think I could ever do anything other than streaming now. Like I feel like this is what I was meant to do. Everything else kind of seemed empty. So doing this now, like I just can't picture myself going back to, you know, your regular day job. Not that there's nothing wrong with regular day jobs. Those are fine, of course. But like, I just think it would just be weird. And I'm just so grateful for everything my stream has done for me personally. And they're all amazing moments. So I can't pinpoint just one, I think.
Yeah, I agree with that. As I said, everybody that even spends the time coming in to say, hey, I just love it. I think it's brilliant that we're able to do it.
Oh, while we're on the topic of communities, this is a question from JJ the Bunny. He says, these awesome streamers are community driven. I support a number of starting and smaller streamers as well. What's the best way for them to develop their community? Also, how do you keep your community going? Are there any recipes, or is it self-driven?
That's a really hard question.
JJ, blame JJ.
It's a good one. It's just difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty complicated. Yeah. I think first and foremost, I would say make sure that you set the tone for your community. Don't just let it kind of, think of it this way. If you have weeds in your yard, don't let them grow. Pick them out and throw them away. Don't let them just like overtake the grass, right? If there are weeds in your chat, like trolls or something, or there's behavior that you don't like, then you need to set the expectation that that kind of behavior is not what you're looking for your community, and set the example yourself. Act the way that you want your community to act, and the people that want to stick around, that like that kind of behavior, are going to stick around. But there is a lot that you can do to involve your community outside the stream as well. A lot of people have started up their own Discord servers, or they'll have a TeamSpeak server or a Slack or anything like that, where you could talk to people offline. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all kinds of social media exists. So if you have that information or those kinds of profiles and you're making them public, then put them out there and make sure people know that they're out there so they can follow you. Make sure you're engaging people as well. Don't just make all of your tweets and stuff about your stream. Make it about, you know, oh my God, did you guys see the new Deadpool trailer? Or, oh, I can't even believe they just released, they announced that there's going to be a new Square Enix game or whatever. You know, post about it, and also respond to posts that your community members are making too. So that does require you to follow some of them. So don't be afraid to make some friends on Twitter and stuff. But I think those are a few of the things that I personally have done to try and drive my community and grow it as well.
I pretty much agree with everything you said. you pretty much said the whole enchilada. It's perfect.
That about sums it up.
I think another really important thing to do is to promote those members of your community who are streamers. What I've noticed is the more that I promote streamers within my own community, the more my community spreads into their streams. And it's so amazing to go into somebody's stream when I'm not streaming. And there are 4 or 5 of the people that, are constantly in my chat, and they're just chatting away. And to know that I didn't need to be there to make that happen, but I did kind of have I gave a shout out, and that's all that needed to happen to make that little community grow too. I think that is a nice way to not only help your community grow outside of your stream and get to know each other off of your stream, but also to help other streamers' communities grow.
And I must say that the since entering the Chillest, that's what I've been experiencing nonstop. Is everybody on this team supports each other and brings their viewers to the fellow casters and grow everybody's community in that way. And that's what I've been experiencing, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Thank you guys.
I think Snowy has a gift for choosing streamers. Love sharing communities. It's amazing.
I couldn't have put you guys together without having you guys just be so awesome. So there you go. But I think another point I was going to make is that, like, it's so easy to think of, like, oh God, so-and-so is stealing my viewers or whatever, Like, there's no such thing as stealing viewers, because you don't own the people that are watching you. And so, like, your community growing into other communities, and just this overall, like, hot pot and just like a mixture of everybody going everywhere and watching everybody, that's a good thing, and you want that to happen. And like, as a streamer, especially if you're starting out, even if you're not starting out, no matter what channel size you are, like, always keep in mind that like, growing your community into other streamers' communities is never a bad thing. Because it's going to come, people are going to grow their communities into yours. And so you want to facilitate that growth and that spread. And you don't want to have that mindset where, like, this is my community, these are my viewers, I don't want to share them, So that's definitely something to always keep in mind, no matter your channel size, honestly.
When I first started streaming, I almost just didn't do it because someone came into the channel. I was playing Sims, and they're a very tight-knit community. Sims fans are very loyal. And this person comes in and says, "Stop poaching my viewers." And I was like, I was stunned. I didn't know what to do. I was like, why can't we all have viewers? I mean, I don't understand what poaching your viewer means. I don't know why they can't watch everyone. I was just like, so I guess I was just naive or whatever. I just didn't know that people would come in and accuse you of that. And it was very, very weird, I guess. But there are people out there that think that you do that. Not here. Since I joined the Chillest, man, everything's just been totally awesome. Like, everybody's so friendly and no one's competitive. And I just saw a whole different world to Twitch once I became part of this community. That's all.
Anyone else got anything to add? Somebody mentioned Tashnar's so quiet.
Tashnar's so quiet. I think, I hate the word networking, but being friends with the people, again, sharing, I just totally agree with what Kira said. So struggling to add anything to that a little bit. I think if you're friends with another person, it's great to sort of share each other, even if you're not necessarily the same kind of caster. So if someone does speed runs and someone asks you about, will you ever play X game? Well, I don't do that, but so and so does that, even if they don't know that you're helping. And I think, as we said earlier, we do share a lot of viewers in the Chillest, and it's great to see people, and you're like, it's so welcoming when you're not streaming yourself and go into another chat and there's 20 people that say, hey, how are you doing? And it's just lovely. So I don't really know what else to add to that, because you're all so good at this.
Well, this is I guess a fun question then. This is from Osiris. If you could choose one other Chillest team member to take over the world with, who would it be? It could be anybody that's not in the current podcast as well.
This is a very...
I think Ven would be very good. Dark side.
Pick a man. Wait, Ven? Oh, I'll just say man. Men would be very good. Okay. Ven.
I totally call I have dibs on Starlit because boosh.
Boosh. Boosh.
I would have to say Lynx then to take over the world. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's gonna take a while.
I'm trying to think. Honestly, I would pick Tess. Just because I love her so much. She was actually a huge inspiration to me. So to me, she's like almost like a hero in her own right. And so we would probably derp our way through world domination, but we would do it. So
Why can't we all just take over the world together?
That's what I'm saying.
Let's
just do it.
Yeah.
the roles. I'm the nap master. I mean, John's gonna make some hot drinks and
There you go.
okay, well, this is a question from several people. How did you become part of the Chillest, and what is the biggest, like the best perk of being part of a group like the Chillest? This is from Pretzel the Man.
Did we all become part of the Chillest the same way? And that's Snowy asked us?
Snowy Estes, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah?
I think I kind of was really crazily lucky with it, really, because obviously being in UK, my time zones are just way different than yours. I think it was about 2-3 a.m. and I was looking for other female streamers because I noticed that I follow a lot of men, and I fell into Kira's stream and I was like, I like it, I'm gonna stay. And then promotion around each other, and I just have no other friends.
No! Well, I like that you stayed.
Yeah.
I like that I stayed.
I just got invited. It was awesome. I mean, I checked out Snowlit stream. I think I don't know. I think I stumbled across it through Lynx's stream and was watching Snowlit, and she was playing Warframe. I don't even like Warframe. But Snowlit just had an incredibly warm and friendly community, so I stayed. And she came to check out my stream, and then a little while later, I got invited to the team, and I was just kind of like, yeah, sure, it sounds fun. I love teams. And honestly, the Chillest is, I'm not just saying this because Snowy's listening, but the Chillest is one of my favorite stream teams on Twitch, whether I'm on it or off of it. This is one of my favorite stream teams. Everybody is so friendly. And I am part of other stream teams where that is not the case. And I think that the biggest benefit to this particular stream team is that everybody is so friendly and willing to share knowledge and hosts and raids and viewers and help. And it's just it's a great community to be in of streamers, not necessarily viewers, but streamers. If there's something that I need from another streamer, I would turn to somebody in the Chillest first. Just awesome people.
Yay.
I think.
Well-
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, well, now I'm kind of embarrassed because I asked Snow to be.
No, there's nothing wrong with asking.
I did
Oh my
too.
goodness.
I approached
Because I didn't know. I didn't know like anything about stream teams, and there had been people that because I hung out in Kira's stream and I found Snow through her, and then I had been part of Snow's community for a little while, and people had kind of like found me. And then they were also in Snow's, so like I'm looking at you, Scyther and Zoe, if you're listening. They started like doing like hashtag Spoonie for the Chillest, which I never asked them to, but I was really embarrassed because they like I had like vaguely mentioned it one time that like, oh, like it'd be so cool one day to join a stream team, and I always thought everybody on the Chillest was so awesome. And then, I don't know, I had to work really, really hard to work up the courage to even ask her. And she
Well,
said,
I mean,
yeah.
I will say that I'm not the best at finding amazing streamers. Like, I found you guys, which is awesome, but like, I do sometimes need people to nudge me and point me and be like, hey, notice me. So it's not a bad thing to ask, honestly. And I do get PMs a lot of the time from people asking for me to check them out and stuff. And so don't think of it as a bad thing that you had to ask. Because I mean, I'm not great at looking for awesome people. I mean, I try to, but I don't have like an awesome radar or something. I wish I did, but you know.
Well, you do have an awesome radar, at least. I think I was found I think you found Cersei-chan. You found me through
links.
I think links, right? Yeah, because I remember there was one time I didn't know who you were, right? Links. I was like, because you rated me one day, and I was like,
who is this person?
Who is this person? And I think that's how Cersei-chan you found me, and I'm so grateful for all of you guys for letting me be a part of this team. Awesome. It's been the best experience I've had on Twitch. I can say that with confidence.
You fit right in. I think that's how Ven got in the team too. I think I recommended him as well because I don't know what team he was on before. I have no idea, but I know he because Ven is obviously just this big huge bundle of energy and awesomeness. And I'm like, I think he needs to be on the Chillest. I think he's just too crazy and cool to go to another team. Like we have to snipe him before someone else does. So I think I mentioned
him into the Chillest.
Yeah. So I was like, Snowlit, there's this guy. He's really loud and he's really obnoxious, but we all love him for that. So you check him out and see what you think. And then I guess like what she saw because now he's in the team. So
yeah, you guys are always more than welcome to recommend people to me too that you think would be a good fit because you guys know each other on the team and you know who would fit in and who wouldn't and stuff. So I always nowadays especially I'm a little more hesitant to add people because I don't know how they'll mesh with the team. But not only personality wise, but how they are as a streamer, their content, etc. And just because when I put you guys not put you guys together, but when I brought you guys together, I didn't set down rules and be like, you have to raid so and so, you have to host so and so. I didn't put those rules down because you are your own streamer and you can do what you want, but you guys do it anyway. I never asked you to, but you guys do it. You're so supportive of one another, and there's just so much. It's a closer knit bond that I felt with this team than I have with other teams that I'm a part of, and so I find that something that I don't want to disappear or destroy or anything. So if you guys we're always open for people to join, but I'm always a little more hesitant nowadays to add people because of what we have. And I mean, I'm not saying we're a clique or exclusive or anything, but it's just harder to know who's going to be able to mesh well. And since you guys know each other, because we know the kind of people we're looking for, I'm always open to recommendations and stuff like that. So just send me PMs and things like that.
I think keeping it I don't know if I'd want 100 people on the team. I think keeping it under 20 or so I think that's good. I don't know. I think the larger it gets, the more saturated it gets, and I think the more people get missed, and you can't accommodate everybody. And then poor Snow has to be the governor and has to be in charge of everybody, and that's a lot of stress too. So I definitely feel like it should be a more kind of smaller group, but definitely room for more people, of course. I think for sure. Of course, that's Snow's discretion, but I like that we're just such a close-knit group of awesome people that have very similar audiences. Our friends and our viewers are all pretty much the same. I go into Snow's channel and it's I feel like I'm in my channel because it's the same environment, same with Dai's and Kira's and everyone's. I'm just I feel like I'm in my own channel. So I think that's a really important thing for sure to find in other teammates as well. So yeah, if you have a very similar group of awesome people and you're awesome yourself, I don't see why you can't don't be shy to ask to join or anything like that, because you never know unless you ask. So yeah, seize the day, seize the moment,
seize the day. Okay, this has been asked several times by several people as well.
Okay.
But future goals for your stream. You don't have to go into specifics, but just, what are you aiming to do with your channel? Is there a big event you have coming up? Etc.
We can plug things.
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to plug something.
Next, let's see, Saturday the 20th, I'm going to be doing a stream. I made these follower milestones where, you get this many followers and you do this thing, and I've let a bunch of them build up. So we're going to do a bunch of them at once. So starting at 10 a.m. on Saturday the 20th, I'm going to be doing a Poison Ivy cosplay stream where I sing your requests and give away a bunch of prizes. So that's going to happen. And then sometime in March, I'll be doing an 18-hour stream where I wear a sexy banana dress. That's a thing. And we'll be doing more giveaways. So doing that. As for my future plans, my big plan for my stream is just to make this my job. And I definitely feel like I'm getting there. I feel like I'm progressing. I definitely feel like I can see it happening. I never really thought that this would be me. Like, you know, you watch bigger streamers and, you know, even people on this stream team, you watch me, you're like, oh my God, how does Lixaria do it? I just don't understand. Man, she lives.
Oh, really?
It's amazing.
It's all a dream.
I never thought it would be me, but I mean, I feel like every month I get just a little bit closer to that. So that's me. That's my stream.
Yeah, well, as for me, I have a 24-hour stream coming up this month, actually, on the 19th, to celebrate my 1 year of Twitch partnership, because I was partnered on February 18th of last year. So that's what we're doing. I'm sure we'll be giving away stuff. I haven't finalized that, but yeah, that's the plan for that. And then other future goals, just to keep playing games that I enjoy. My viewership has gone down a lot since I don't do Warframe as much anymore. But I've enjoyed the stream a lot more, and I felt that even though I've gone variety and it has affected my numbers, that, you know, my community is actually a lot stronger and a lot bigger because of that. And so, yeah, just gotta keep focusing on having fun and enjoying every stream. That's my my future goals.
Well, I obviously did my 5,000 follower milestone the other day, where I did Bioshock Infinite as Elizabeth and the wig and everything. It's crazy. We hit 5.5 today, so that was great. I'm quite looking forward to Valentine's Day, actually, because we're gonna be killing a bunch of folks on viewer games. So we're gonna be playing like shoot 'em up games, generally having a long, great day. Hopefully, I'm hoping to do more creative. I bought a sewing machine, so I'm looking at doing cosplay streams. So hopefully that will go well. I've never used a sewing machine, so we'll see how that goes, really.
Tosh, if you need help, I sew a lot.
Yeah.
So just let me know.
Yeah. I've got my friend who has offered to help me out with patterns and stuff, so I may well do a friend stream and learn a bit. So we'll see. I'm very excited.
Well, I actually am going to be doing a 12-hour stream this Saturday. Which I have no idea if maybe we all secretly just organized ours to be different days, because I want to be there for Snow and Kira's stuff too. But I hit 1,000 followers last week, or no, it was like 2 weeks ago. I was a little slow in making it, but I'm gonna do a 12-hour stream because I like those, and I can't do 24 hours because I'm a chicken.
I think those of us who do 24 hours could barely do 24 hours too. We just barely make it. It's horrible. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I think probably just for bigger plans, I mean, just to keep streaming, to hopefully stream more often than I already do. And I don't know, just to keep playing RPGs, maybe even do some indie RPG games, because I like those as well, and I haven't really started to stream them.
For me, I actually have, I feel so old. I have my 2 year of streaming coming up in March, and I don't know what I'm gonna do yet for it, because it's a month away, and I'm not thinking about it. So it's like, okay, it's in the future. I'll think about it when I get closer to it. But 2 years of streaming, and I'm going to have a T-shirt actually coming out pretty soon.
Ooh.
I know. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Oh my god, it looks so good. I'm so excited. The artist I got to do it all up and stuff did a great job with it. So it's going to be on Teespring. I got that coming up. And then I guess for goals, I pretty much I'd love to hit 500 subs. That's a goal of mine for this year. I mean, I'm not hoping to get it tomorrow. I mean, that'd be great, but I doubt that will happen. It's not, sometimes this year getting 500 subs so I can get some more emotes for you guys would be super fantastic. But that's pretty much it. I think yeah, I'm sure there'll be more things happening in the future. I mean, Overwatch is going to be amazing. I'm going to keep playing that. But yeah, pretty much just a T-shirt, 2 year anniversary, probably do a 24-hour stream of some sort. That seems to be what I do for those events, like big huge milestones. We're gonna probably hit 50k followers this year. That'd be cool to do something for that. I feel like there's something else and I forgot. I have such a ferret brain, I swear. I'll remember eventually. Yeah, that's it.
Well, I would like to start doing creative. I really love perlers, just like everyone else does, but just I think I'd be nervous doing it. But I want to try at least doing perlers at least once a week. Tosh is so good at it, and so is Lynx. And like, I tried to do this whole taping thing that Lynx does, and I totally messed it up. And I was like, oh my God, what happens?
Did you melt it? Did you melt it?
Well, no, I went to go put the tape down, and I accidentally lifted up a little bit, and then
done that.
the beads were everywhere. So I want to try to do that. But my big thing is we're moving from the East Coast to the West Coast. So we are going to be in transition back to California, where we're from. So there's going to be a lot of changes over the next couple months, which means my schedule is going to change. I want to do like a refresh, kind of like what Snow did when she moved from, I hope, is it North Carolina or South Carolina? Well, when she moved from the East Coast to Colorado, she kind of like redid everything. She had a bunch of new stuff when she finally came back. So I want to kind of redo my page and just have like a fresh start when we hit land over there on the West Coast. So that's what's going to be happening with me.
As far as me, I'm going to MagFest next week, and I'm going to be hanging out with several people on Twitch and a couple of my mods, which is going to be awesome. And then I'm very close to hitting 5K, and I would like to do something for 5K. I just don't know what I'll be doing. I don't think I can do a 24-hour cast either. I've never done anything over 18, so I might just stick to an 18-hour cast. And then aside from that, as far as future goals, I would like to incorporate more variety in my game titles. So not just retro, not just a certain type of game, but I've now finally dabbed into the dating sims, like the simulator games. Like we've been playing the Then Shall I Go, which is a Japanese train simulator game. And then we played Tokyo School Life, which was a Japanese anime dating sim, which was really amazing. I'm also looking into playing other dating sims or some sort of simulation game. So I've actually mentioned to Lucy about possibly playing Sims. I don't know. I'm not really sure if I want to go that route yet, but I would like to expand my variety as a variety caster, and also incorporate more Japanese elements to my cast, because I am a Japanese background. So I would like to maybe possibly teach a little Japanese on the side for a cast for a day. So it kind of takes me away from, gaming, strictly gaming, but also incorporating that Japanese element to the cast. So that's my goal. Yeah.
BlizzCon. Everyone should go to BlizzCon, right, Link?
Yes!
That should be our goal for this.
Wait, is anybody going to TwitchCon?
Yes.
For sure
Please go to
going to go to
TwitchCon.
TwitchCon.
We'll be in
Okay.
California, so it'll be a lot more affordable. So I could do BlizzCon and TwitchCon. And
Okay,
you
because
guys-
I plan to go to TwitchCon, and if enough of us are going, we can do like a Chillest signing or meetup or something.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know if there's enough of our viewers going to TwitchCon too, but if there are, we could totally do that. That would be awesome.
Massive
Great
trip for
idea.
me. It's definitely
So-
something that I want to do.
Yeah, that would be really cool. So we've gone through most of the streaming questions. We have a few not related to streaming at all, so we can go to those and then wrap up the podcast if you guys would like.
Yeah, well, let's do
So this is from Cammy Manny, and he says, what things, whether they're games or media, etc., positively surprised you in 2015, and what experiences are you looking forward to in 2016?
BlizzCon.
Yep.
That's
Overwatch.
right. That's the 2015 or
Overwatch.
2016.
Cons in general.
Yeah, cons in general.
Yeah. I went to my first convention in September, and I met a few of my mods, a few viewers, and I had a really brilliant time with it. So, all cons.
They're so much fun. I never thought in a million years I'd have so much fun at a convention. I thought it was really just, I thought it was about the convention. It was not about the convention. It was about seeing the people at the convention. Like, I think I spent 99% of my time at the Slaughter Calf Inn at BlizzCon last year, which was like the Diablo area, the Diablo 2 or 3 area, and they had a bar. I pretty much hung out there the whole time. I don't think I moved from there actually.
But I have to say, she
That's
not
a
once
plan.
ever said on Twitter that's where she was. She would take all these little pictures and show where she was at, but never said where she was. So I felt like I was on like a Lynx treasure hunt. It's like literally we were there for what, 3 days, and we didn't meet. I was like looking everywhere for her.
And that happened with so many people. People were like, I didn't get to see. I'm like, I didn't get to see you. Like there was like probably maybe 10 streamers I didn't get to see. There was so many people I didn't get to see, and I was like, I was literally at the same spot the whole time. So it really sucks. I have to plan better for this year for sure and make sure I see everybody.
Well, my husband swore he found you like 3 times. He's like, hurry, come here. I think that's her. And I was like, seriously, you think that looks like her? Well, she's wearing the Overwatch jacket. I said, everybody's wearing the Overwatch jacket.
It was true.
But yeah, it was definitely a good time. I'm sorry we didn't get to meet up, but this year.
There's always this year for sure, 100%.
Yeah, PAX South was my first con as a streamer, and it was just surreal, honestly, because I met a few people from my community, and one of them was a 13-year-old boy, and he was pretty much fanboying, and I was like, oh my god, I'm a normal person, I swear. But he came up and he asked for my autograph, and then he drew a snowy love, you know, this snowy love. He drew that and gave it to me, and he took a selfie with me, and I was like, this is weird. Because, you know, to me, I'm just a normal person, you know? I'm not like a celebrity, and so it's weird when people see me that way. And so, you know, it's surreal, I think, if you're a caster and you go to a stream, not a stream, you go to a convention, and people recognize you, and you're like, what? I'm being recognized is weird. But yeah, it's definitely worth going to, even if you come back and get sick like I did.
That's never happened to me. I when I came back from BlizzCon, I wasn't sick, and I was like, everyone's like, I'm sick. I got the BlizzCon pox or whatever, and I'm like, oh, fine. I was like, I'm great. This is you know, yay.
I didn't get sick either.
Weird.
It's because of all the alcohol you were drinking, Lynx. It kind of.
I disinfected myself thoroughly the entire time I was there.
Bring lots of hand sanitizer at TwitchCon, guys. This is gonna happen.
Oh, they were giving that out at BlizzCon.
They were. I think they have to. There's some icky people.
Anyone else want to answer the question about?
Well, on the subject of conventions, in 2015, I went to RTX, and I had planned to do this panel on streaming on Twitch and like how to start a stream and then how to grow it.
That was great, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Anyway, so I was really disappointed because, hold on, this is a story. I was disappointed because I got my time slot and it was literally the last thing on Sunday. And I have worked and volunteered on conventions before, and being on Sunday at all is kind of like nobody's gonna go, but literally last thing on a Sunday is kind of like a death warrant. Just like, you're not gonna do well. So I just, the entire weekend was like, it doesn't matter, nobody's gonna be at my panel. And I rode the escalator up, last day of the con, rode the escalator up to go get ready for my panel. I turned the corner and there was this huge line, and I was like, wow, look at that big line of people that aren't coming to my panel. And I walked over to the door, and the guy's like, did you see the line? I said, yeah, I saw the line. He's like, that's for you. Like, are you kidding me? He had to turn people away. They told me I was the only person that filled the panel room the entire weekend. It was so crazy. I was so surprised, because that's so cool. The question is, it's the most surprising things. Surprise! So I recorded that. That's on my YouTube if anybody hasn't seen it yet. But it was really crazy to find so many people that had already started Twitch streams or didn't know how to start, but to really kind of help them along and be the guiding hand that I wish I had had when I first started. It's a little surreal, but that was a huge surprise. And TwitchCon was awesome. And then looking forward to 2016, TwitchCon.
That said, though, cons are so expensive.
Yeah, that's the only problem for me.
And also, as a streamer, it can impact your stream as well. Like the days you take off, unless you're streaming from the con, which unless you're like a giant streamer, usually doesn't happen. And you know, afterward, like if you get sick, like I did, kind of impacts your stream as well. So that's something to keep in mind as well as a streamer. Cons are fun, and they're well worth it because you know you get to meet people, in your community, you meet other streamers. It's a great networking place. But there's also that to keep in mind. Because
I've literally never been to a convention, so it'll be fun.
Wear comfortable shoes.
Oh God, yes.
Don't wear heels. That's a terrible idea.
Oh my God, that's
Don't wear flats. Get some Dr. Scholl's. I don't know. Something.
Sneakers, something like that. Oh man. Anyway, let's move on to another question. This is from Bubble Boy 339. What was your favorite childhood game growing up?
Anything Super Mario on the Nintendo for me.
Oh yeah.
Kick the can. That was for Nora.
Because you're an old lady, right?
I'm an old lady.
I like Super Mario RPG.
Mine, I was into Kirby, so Kirby Superstar for me.
Nice.
On the Super Nintendo.
But I think for me it's Spyro is very nostalgic.
Oh, Spyro. Did you know his appearance changed?
So
he doesn't look the same anymore.
It does.
It's
So it was
sad.
when I was able to capture card it and play Spyro 2 to 100%. I was like, yes, I'm doing this finally.
Wow, 100%. Wow.
Yeah. Took a while.
It's the same for me. Like, I mean, of course, I played the Pong. I played the Frogger.
Pong, yes.
So good. See, Lucy knows. Because I'm old. But then again, like I got all of the systems, so I had like the Nintendo, and I had the Sega, and I didn't have a Super Nintendo, which really sucked. My friend did, so I played on that at her house. But and then the PlayStation and everything. But I think my ultimate favorite was probably most of the games from the PlayStation, because I played like the Crash Bandicoot, I played the Spyro. There are so many games for PlayStation 1. Good grief! But number one game, of course, is Final Fantasy VII. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Number one.
I always felt like Final Fantasy VIII beat Final Fantasy VII.
Oh no! As long as nobody says Final Fantasy 12 was good, we're okay.
Oh no! Stop! Okay. That's absolutely my favorite. Oh no!
Oh no!
Our friendship is over.
Oh. Unfriending.
Oh no!
I'm just kidding.
I try to stay away from the Final Fantasy debate.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah.
I asked one day which one should I start with. That was the wrong thing to do.
Okay, another question from Simply Andrea. Do you have a favorite game of 2015 or a title that emotionally reached you in 2015?
For me, it's probably Ori in the Blind Forest.
Yeah, I was going to say that too for me.
Yeah.
I've bought that. I need to play it.
It is
Yeah,
so
I don't
worth
have it
it.
either. I haven't played it. I'm like the only. I thought I was the only person, but I'm not alone, thankfully.
Lynx, you will like it.
I think I would too. I just there's so many games. And it's like I just never have enough time to play. Like I wish I could clone myself and just play them all, and then get all that gaming experience back or something.
Yeah. I think it wasn't for me. I played The Last of Us Remastered, which obviously I don't want to be too spoilery about it. I don't really cry very ever, and I nearly cried twice. I was like, I just have to have a break. I'll come back, and I adore it. I adore that game.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty feelsy.
Yeah, it's all the feels. So like, I don't want to mention anything without spoiling it for people, but yeah, if I could play that again, it gets me every time. So soon again.
I have to agree. I also replayed Last of Us in 2015, and I thought I don't replay games. I just don't. I feel like there's nothing left in the experience for me, but something about Last of Us called me back, and I have to say I'm so glad I replayed it because I feel like it's still really packed a punch playing it the second time. Another title that I replayed in 2015 and still packed an emotional punch is Journey, which is a little indie game that was released on PS3 and PS4.
I would love to play that.
Oh my god, it's such a beautiful game. And I think what is so incredible about it is how you can connect to people all over the world without ever speaking with them or communicating with them in any way whatsoever, other than basically the body language of your little character. And it's amazing. So good. Love both of those.
Was the game Flower similar to that?
Yes, I think it's the same studio.
That's what I want to play, and that's for PS4, right?
Yeah.
It's for both PS3
Oh,
and
really?
Mhm.
Oh, I gotta play those two.
Yeah,
Those
I
are
got
two
the
games.
Remastered one, for PS4, so I'm looking forward to that as well.
Are those only on PS4?
Journey and Flower. No, they're on PS3. I think they released a collection of them on PS3, I think, with Journey, Flower, and Unfinished Swan, which is also supposed to be incredible. And then I think, I know Journey's on PS4. I think Flower came to PS4 as well, but I don't know if they're going to do that same collection.
Any of them on PC?
No.
No, I gotta buy
Yeah.
consoles.
I know that's why. Oh,
That's like the worst. I don't have consoles.
I bawled like a baby during Tiny Tina's DLC.
Oh God, yeah.
That was really emotional.
And it just came out of left field.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't expect that from Tiny Tina's anything.
Exactly.
It was so
Hope there was
surprising.
no spoilers, but yeah, the feels are real.
Indeed.
What
Okay,
about you,
then.
James?
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
No, I said good games.
Oh,
yeah.
We have great taste.
we do. Okay, we all have our guilty pleasure foods.
Oh well.
What is yours?
Oh, what was that?
It's not a food, it's coffee.
What? Wait, what was-
Mine is definitely cheesecake. We love cheesecake in our stream.
Oh, cake, of course. Cake's always in my stream.
Lots of cheesecake.
Oh, we're talking about our guilty pleasure foods.
Yes.
Oh,
Mine is chocolate.
Oh, it's the
Speaking
orange
of
white
which.
unprepared. That's the best.
I actually don't know what mine would be. I don't eat sweets that often. Mashed potatoes, I guess. I don't know.
That counts. As long as there's butter and
Yep. Yep, mashed
Mm.
potatoes.
Fried steak and mashed potatoes, the food of my people.
I hope you
sounds so
realize
good.
I'm so hungry right now.
Oh god, we're talking about food.
Yeah, like, cheese fries with gravy for me. A guilty pleasure.
I think mine's kind of turning into fudge. I haven't had fudge in like probably years, and then Jesse brought home like a crap ton of it yesterday. And I was like, what are you doing to me, man? I'm trying to lose like 20 pounds and you're bringing me fudge. And I'm just like, whatever, it's going to get eaten. So I'm really into fudge lately. Like, it's just so good. It's like this orange creamsicle fudge.
Oh.
Like, if you don't like fudge, you should just get some of that and you'll convert instantly. It's good. So
Fudge
good.
is delicious though.
I know.
Okay. Let's see here. Have you ever gone through a phase? Oh, this is from Gooey for the win. Have you ever gone through a phase? If so, what was it?
A phase?
A phase.
What kind of phase?
Yeah.
I think.
Talking about?
Well, for me, what comes to mind when I read that question is that I used to be a hardcore like K-pop, J-pop fan, and that was my phase that I grew out of. But for like most of my like college years, I was just like I would just buy all the merchandise. I would have posters all over my walls, and I would watch all the Korean dramas and Japanese dramas, and it was just kind of we don't talk about that. But anyway, it was an interesting time of my
I don't
life.
think you should feel guilty about something that you obviously enjoyed.
No, I enjoyed it a lot, but I definitely got like weird looks for it. Like when people come to my room, they're like, "What the hell is this?" There are all these like Asian pretty boys on the wall. But yeah, it was. I mean, I don't regret it. It would definitely, I wouldn't be who I am now if not for that. But like, that was my phase for a while. So.
Really struggling to think because I had a sort of
Did nobody else here have an emo phase? Nobody.
Yeah, I did a little bit, but not extreme. So I stuck with the rock music and sacked off the rest.
I had the baggy pants and everything.
Yeah, I didn't baggy pants.
I
was
used
like
to be,
14 though.
sorry, I was sorry, I didn't mean to talk over you. I was gonna say, I used to really enjoy altering clothes, not like make them fit you, but like sew crazy patches on them and stuff. And looking back on it now, that was embarrassing because none of that looked good. But I would do it to like everything. So all the time I'd have like these giant denim skirts or like pants with these terrible, ugly patches on them. I thought I was super cool, but I'm glad I don't have pictures of any of those things because it would be very embarrassing. That would be my biggest embarrassment on stream if somebody was like, Kara, look what I found.
I have one
I
of
don't know
those.
what kind of phase you'd call that.
I think I had like, oh God, how old was I? Maybe like 12 to 14. I got out of it. Okay, maybe that's a few years. That's pretty long actually. Oh dear. There's probably, I know my friends probably have pictures of it. I don't think I'm friends with them anymore though, but I had like a gangster baggy pants, t-shirt, tomboy phase. Like it was kind of like a gangster / tomboy rolled into one and it was really weird. Like I had the bandanas and the extremely big, huge, ginormous pants, and I would wear like sneakers or combat boots or something like that. And it was really weird because I hung out with a bunch of like rocker / emo kids, but I listened to like rock and metal. And then I also had like my rap friends. So like to fit in with them, I would like I'd whip the bandana on and I'd turn into like this like gangster person. And I'm like the whitest person you'll ever meet, which makes it even more hilarious. So yeah, that didn't last very long, thankfully, and I came to my senses. We don't talk about those days. I think I've never mentioned that, so I'm sure my cat will bother me about that for the rest of my life. Oh God, don't hate me.
Look live link, sorry.
Anyone else have a phase?
I used to go to back in 2002 when I started. Well, yeah, 2003 when I was legal to drink. There was a like a goth club nearby, and I used to wear baggy, dark pants and just overall just everywhere black clothing. And I had long hair, like it came down to by my shoulder, like around collarbone length. And I used to have it dyed partially red.
Pics, please.
I think the podcast would like to see that.
That's when I was playing in a band too, so kind of like that outfit kind of worked for the band too. So
Wow.
yeah, that was kind of my phase, I guess. That only lasted a couple of years, like a year or two.
I'm in a Twitch phase right now.
That counts, right?
I hope you never grow out of it.
I won't. I don't care what anybody says.
Okay, well, moving on to this question from Rumpelfugly. The question is, if you guys could live in a specific video game universe, which would it be? Example would be Star Wars Battlefront, Metal Gear Solid, Legend of Zelda, Mario, etc.
I would live in Katamari Damacy land.
You might get rolled up on a Katamari.
I want to be the one pushing the ball. That would be fun.
But one of your cousins might roll you up onto their Katamari.
Well, that's something they gotta avoid, I guess. I think that'd be fun, though.
I would totally love to live in the Sims universe because when I kill people, they come back to ghosts, and then I would have tons and tons of ghost friends.
That's a good point.
And I do already walk into the kitchen and forget why I'm there.
We're set.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I would want to be in.
I think I would go with Animal Crossing because I can carry a bed in my pants.
Oh,
I want that one too.
Here's the thing about Animal Crossing universe, though. Like, at least from what I've experienced, the villagers aren't. Some of them aren't the nicest people, and sometimes how the town is run. At least from my experience with Animal Crossing was on the 64. It just seems like the villagers all kind of borrow things and want you to deliver things, and they all want something from you. And
They get less cranky as the series goes on.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I wouldn't want to live in this kind of world. People stopping me. Hey, can you do this for me? No.
Like I could also change time whenever I wanted.
True.
But that's not like not the correct way to play Animal Crossing, though. Changing time. Yeah.
I would choose to be in Skyrim.
Yeah. I'm thinking Skyrim or Harvest Moon. Because it's so
Oh,
relaxing.
I loved Harvest Moon.
Harvest Moon would be
I've
fun
never played
too.
Harvest Moon.
I don't know why I was obsessed with it, but it was really good.
Tash, we're having this thing again where I'm becoming convinced for the same person because I used to play Harvest Moon for 8 hours a day on the weekends, renting it from Blockbuster.
Blockbuster! I think, Spoony, we're going to have to sort this out pretty soon. We're both us in a room to prove we're not the same person. Who knew?
I'd be down for that.
I think I don't know. If I had to pick a world, it probably would be any Final Fantasy. I know everybody probably already knows that because I have a problem with Final Fantasy. It's I need like help. I need like Final Fantasy's Anonymous or something. But like just like the magic and the avatars with the summons, and you get like all that cool shit and cool weapons and funky hairstyles. I think I would fit right on in there. So, I mean, who doesn't want to cast Shiva on somebody that's pissing them off, I think I could dig that.
That was definitely a second choice for me. I was debating over Animal Crossing versus Final Fantasy.
I'm surprised you didn't say Final Fantasy. I was like, oh, she's gonna say Final Fantasy, but you surprised me.
But then I thought like I could carry around so much stuff.
Yeah,
like,
true.
My furniture and a bed, and I don't know, I just decided to say that. But I would like funky hairstyles.
I think my second choice would probably be Borderlands. It'd be really cool to hang out with all the people in Borderlands. 2.
And
Well,
so many
3.
guns.
Yes, guns. So many guns.
So many.
I have my own Moxie gun.
I was thinking Pokemon, but I think everyone would like Pokemon Land.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Still goes without saying.
Okay, next question is from... Oh, sorry. Did I interrupt? No?
I was just saying I could have a Ditto Pikachu. That's all.
A Ditto Pikachu. I love it. But this question is from Ola Thurl, and it's, what is your favorite genre of music to listen to while gaming, chilling around the house, and doing household cleaning?
Take that one, Lynx.
Well, I like listening to, pop and maybe a little bit of country sometimes. No, I listen to trance. And only trance. That's
Show
all
you
I
the
ever
notes,
need.
guys.
That's all I need, just trance.
When I'm going around the house, I kind of have really sing-along music because I aggressively sing very loudly, and everyone can probably hear me, and I have a great time. On stream, I kind of like easy rock a little bit more because and I don't have to inflict my voice.
Rock for me all the way. That's my main genre to listen to. Any kind of rock. Yeah, I do have phases in music for sure. I listen to anything from instrumental music to Latin jazz to I don't know, bossa nova. I haven't really listened to dance or trance music since the 90s because that's like that late 90s trance was my thing, but yeah, definitely rock for me.
For me, my stream, I play like EDM and stuff, but like just for like listening around, like when I'm not streaming, I do a lot of mainstream pop. So like Taylor Swift and like I don't know, Sia, and like just like the really mainstream stuff, The Weeknd, stuff like that, and like it's I don't know, it's just stuff that I can like just kind of have as background noise.
There's
or
nothing
sometimes
wrong
sing
with
along
T
to.
Swift.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Taylor Swift, of course, but it's mainstream pop. Some people are too cool for that. But yeah.
I listen to everything on the stream. When I decided I was going to have music on my stream, I went from the 1950s, I went on Spotify and I started, because they have all the decades, so I went and picked songs from each one all the way to current. like 3 or 4 songs, and that's what my playlist is. And I get a lot of compliments on it because there's something for everyone.
Yeah. Did Kara answer?
No. Listen, I'm a musician, and for a musician, I don't listen to a lot of music. I listen to a lot of music in the car, like on the radio and stuff, just as kind of background noise. But when I'm working is when I'm usually listening to music. I listen to just about anything, except I don't really listen to reggae or metalcore, but anything other than that, I will listen to just about anything. As long as it's good, then it's good for me.
Agreed.
As far as when I'm streaming, I actually prefer to listen to the game soundtrack. And I know a lot of people come in and be like, when are song requests going to be on? I don't like song requests. Like, I love it just to be able to play the game the way that the developers intended it to be played. And so a lot of people, like when I just played Fallout 4 for months, a lot of people are like, don't you get tired of these songs? The answer is no. I could never hear Civilization enough times. That song is amazing.
Fallout 4 has good music.
Yeah, absolutely does. They got rid of Johnny Guitar. Anything else is just icing on the cake.
Did everybody answer?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So this is from Agent No. To everyone, what are your 3 least favorite non-profane words?
3 least favorite non-profane words?
Yeah.
What
For
a
me,
question.
Yeah, for me, I would say one of them is moist.
Oh, I agree.
I don't like the word moist.
Totally agree with that.
Why is it so weird?
It is
Why does it
weird.
make me feel this way?
Moist.
Like totes.
Totes? Oh, yeah.
Totes, it makes me want to punch them.
Bay.
Bay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow,
like-
yeah.
Get called it a lot. And
Oh, Bay, yes.
Yeah, I don't like that word.
yeah, oh, babe. I'm not a pig. I'm not a sheep pig. So that kind of.
No, babe is okay, but bae, the B-A-E.
BAE.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
It's funny because we have a lot of Danish viewers, like people from Denmark or wherever, and when people use it, it's just so funny because it literally means poop. And so when people are like, I don't know, it just cracks me up. It just annoys me when people say it. Now everybody will always say it in stream, but it's okay. I still love you guys.
Okay, let's
There are
see.
a lot of really good examples in the chat right now.
I know, right?
Super Gucci. I don't even know what that means.
Okay, that's
What?
actually an inside joke.
Is it?
Okay, because like, I've never heard that before.
No, it's completely made up. So basically, we were having a conversation about what people say these days, like how people used to say, "Oh, like your eyebrows are on point," and now supposedly it's, "Oh, like they're on fleek."
They're on fleek. Yeah.
They're on fleek. So I don't know. Somebody in chat just came up with super Kapaguchi on fleeks, and
I like
now
it.
it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's following me.
Links, what did
Everybody
you
use it in your channels.
Links, what did you say today for turtling? What word did you use? What did you say when someone was turtling or whatever, and you called it something else? And they're like, "Is that turtling?"
Yeah, I think I said snapshotting, and that totally wasn't what it was. It was something turtling. I'm like, that makes so much sense. Yes, turtling. I learn a new word every day. It's just a part of my life now.
If you want to learn new words, hang out in Snowlit's chat. I have Googled more words in Snowlit's chat than anybody's chat ever. I have to Google a lot while in Snowlit's chat.
I have no idea.
You go to
Stuff just
Snow's channel
happens.
to learn.
Yes, it is. It's the learning channel.
Educational stream. There you go. Let's see here. Let's see. This is a question from Galialvia.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
This person's from Lynx's channel, so don't know. But the question is, what has been the game you've spent the most time on?
Fallout 4.
Let me check Twinge.
Are we talking about ever, or
Ever,
on-
yeah. Or on
ever.
stream, but ever in general.
Borderlands 2.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one too.
You guys think that I love Sims, but Borderlands, all the Borderlands series except for prequel, I played it, didn't want to. I mean, just for the story, but Borderlands is an amazing game. I love it. I will play it anytime I can. If you guys want to play together, we could do it. It'd just be awesome. Sorry, go ahead.
I think I don't have a time for it, but mine would probably be WoW, which was my intro to serious gaming, and I was obsessed, and I was great at it. Recently, though, it's Skyrim. Lots of Skyrim.
We can't count WoW because I've played WoW since their very beginning beta, so I didn't choose that one because it's kind of when you play a game for 11 years.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine, I think mine would definitely have to be Final Fantasy 11 because I played it for probably 6 years total, and I know that I had at least 1 year of playtime in that time.
Wow.
A lot of my life into that game.
I'm gonna follow up with you on that one and raise you. Probably 10 years in Final Fantasy 11. I had no life. I had no life. I think I probably had about 2 years of playtime in that game. I had a problem. What server were you on? Just a side
You
question.
distract my playtime.
Sorry. But yeah, that and I think kind of like a top 3, I guess, because I don't know how long. Like that was probably the game I played the most, Final Fantasy 11. But probably Counter-Strike. Believe it or not, I used to play that game every day for like 12 hours a day, long time ago before it was on Steam. And Diablo 3, I played that. I pretty much streamed that game for a whole year. So I spent a lot of time in that game as well. But I think 11 definitely takes the cake for sure.
Yeah, I think it would have to go to MMOs. I mean, that's probably the ones that take most of the time because it's just never ending. It just with the patches and add-ons and stuff like that. For me, I guess it would be these games I have not played in a long time. But 2005, I was in MapleStory for a while. 2005, and that lasted several years. And then there was another MMO golf game called Pangya. I'm sure people know that game. It's a Korean MMO golf game.
There's a MMO for golf?
What?
Yeah, that was something in 2006. Even my mother was a co-captain of the guild that I ran.
Oh my gosh.
And then I think I finally ended MMOs with Dragonica in 2008. That ended around 2012 or something like that. Yeah, so it's all MMOs that I spent a lot of time on.
Yeah, for me it's Warframe. No surprise. I think I have a record of like 1,600 hours on it right now. So it's probably the most I've spent. That I can remember anyway. But yeah, there's
I
that.
played that game unconscious. You just don't even know it.
Exactly. Played in my sleep. Okay, so this next question is from Cami Manny, and he says, would you rather A, be a nobody in a perfect world, or B, be a really important person in a really bad world?
It's a perfect world.
There
That's
is no
sad.
such thing as perfect world, though. I wouldn't want to live in a perfect world because there's no such thing.
Well, this isn't a realistic question either.
Well, true.
It's a would you rather question.
It's two extremes, though.
Yeah.
It's way too extreme, both sides. Because I mean, if you're in a really bad world, I'm sure you're gonna suffer a lot too. I mean, in its own right. I'm not comfortable with answering that question. There seems to be only one answer, but even that one answer seems to be pretty harsh.
Well, let's change it. Okay, you're somebody in a shitty world or an imperfect world, and maybe you could change it to be a better world because you're in that you're in that status to do something about it. So there, we can answer an unfair question with an unfair answer.
Yeah.
Sounds good. I like it. This next question, Legion's like bothering me about it, so it's from Legion X Death, and he asks, do you like snowstorms and blizzards? If yes, why? If no, why not?
No. I don't
I've
like.
never been in one, so I don't know that I can really input on that.
Yeah, I'll say my part. As much as Sosi-chan's name is Snowlit, I'm not a fan of snow, as in snow, the weather snow. It looks pretty for a good 5 seconds. If you're not going outside, it's fine. Hey, it looks nice and white and pretty. You can make snow angels. That's part is fun. Snowball fights and making the snowman. That part is fun. But after that, if you have to commute, so first of all, you might have to dig yourself out of the snow, which is not fun. You probably have to clean the sidewalks. You might slip. People don't really drive well in snow, and you have to drive in snow, and your car gets dirty. And you know, after a while, the snowy air turns kind of black because of all the dirt and garbage, and it just doesn't look pretty.
Tell us how you really feel.
And the worst thing is when you're driving early morning, the sunrise is coming up, and it reflects off the snow, and you're blinded by it, and you can't see the road. That is scary stuff.
That's actually what my name is based off of. Light reflecting off of
Snowlit,
snow.
really?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Well,
Guy really hates it.
There you go. That's my.
oh, so good.
But at least you get exercise from shoveling. There you go.
As a kid, I think it's great because I really distinctly remember making igloos and dug out little holes and stuff. But I think as a grown-up, it's not as good.
Yeah, I live in it. I don't want it anymore. Does anyone want to trade? Lucy? Yeah, you want to trade with me? You want to come over here?
You don't want to come. Maybe when I go to California.
But yeah, it's
we'll do foreign exchange for a week.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll stay at your house.
I'm down. But like all the times I've slipped and fallen and hurt myself in the ice and walking up to like waist height snow because I live in a really cold freaking tundra basically. Yeah, not nice at all. I love snow. I think it's beautiful. Like if it's a nice day and it's not windy and the sun's coming up and the snow looks all beautiful, like sure, that's great. But I probably don't want to go out and waddle in it or anything like that. I'm good. I'll watch it from afar and like it from there.
Yeah.
Well, for my answer, I do like them because I just love snow in general. And usually after a snowstorm or a blizzard, it means there's a lot of snow on the ground, and that means good for snowboarding, which is what I like to do. So
that is true, like the t-shirt. Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. But as for actual like maintenance of snow, like shoveling and clearing your car and all that, I'm not a fan of. Yeah.
I don't like any time the temperature dips below 70, and snow is a huge part of that. So there's a reason I live in Arizona. It's so I never have to experience any of that ever again.
Yeah. I used to live in Texas. We practically never got snow, and it was 110 degrees every summer. So I moved to California, where basically the same thing is here. It's like 70 to 80 year-round, and I'm in love with it.
Well, we get 110 degrees. It starts in May and it doesn't end until like October, and it's amazing. I love it when it's over 100 degrees. I feel like I'm in an oven, and that's like the best feeling in life.
100 degrees, wow. At least is it dry 100 or is it?
Oh yeah, it's dry.
Oh,
Okay, well, it's a little bit better than humid, I guess.
Yeah, humid 100.
If you had to compare them.
I think
Yeah.
I need a converter because that sounds very hot for the UK.
Oh, it's very hot.
Yeah.
Like a nice, like you
Yes.
said, you're in an oven, so it's like a dry but nice, like cozy heat. Like
I am legitimately getting. I'm like, what is that?
I like the kind of heat where you can go into the shade and it's like 10 degrees cooler there, and you just like sit in a lawn chair and stare off into the sun or something. That's not so bad.
I know now what it. Yeah, that's a good temperature. It's like 100 so much.
I mean, I do like snow though, because I like to go on holidays where there is snow and then play in it.
I think your bird likes it too.
Yeah.
Birdie's happy.
Yeah, Mr. Spoonie left, and now Ollie has decided he's got to fill in the empty space.
Okay, we'll probably do maybe 3 questions more and then wrap up the podcast if that sounds okay with you guys.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so this is a question from Kodak. You're only allowed to play through one more game and then you're done for life. What would you choose to play through?
Guess my answer.
No more games after this one game.
So what about if it's a never-ending game, like an MMO?
Oh, that's cheating.
Well, wait, we
No,
can.
you
we
said
can-
one more game, right?
I guess he
There
didn't
were no
specify,
specifications.
but
I'm gonna pick Journey. That's my all-time favorite game, and you can really bust that game out in like 2 hours. But I don't feel like the length of it takes anything away from the experience. It's so amazing.
Oh, I wanna
So-
play that now.
I think if I can only play one more game, no matter, I mean, even if it's I die afterward, like right after I finish the game, or I just literally cannot play anything for the rest of my life, I'd have to go out on a high note and always be able to remember Journey. It's a good game.
I will play that soon, Kira. I will play that. I'll find a way.
And I want to play it now too. I think we all want to play it now.
yeah, I know.
Solid.
I would
I
probably
might have
pick.
oversold this.
I would probably pick Ori and the Blind Forest. Like, it's still one of my absolute favorite games.
Great game.
Yeah, so I would replay that over and over.
I'm sort of defaulting to Skyrim because it's one of the games I feel like I can play forever and be quite happy with it. You can mod it if you get bored.
Hmm.
I'm still trying to decide. I might have to pick Final Fantasy IX.
That's a good choice.
Oh, nice. Yes, I can't wait for the release on Steam.
I love the characters. Also, yes, that's what I'm looking forward to this year is the HD version coming out on Steam.
Me too.
Me
That's like my
too.
second favorite. It's such a good game.
And it's already on mobile too, by the way.
Yeah, it just came out on iOS
Yeah.
and Android
yeah.
literally yesterday or the other day. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm waiting for PC though.
me too. Waiting. Just waiting.
Mm.
That's a tough question though, seriously. Like I can't even, cause like I love so many RPGs. Like I love MMOs and stuff too, of course, but like it's so many RPGs that I love, and I can't like I've been really liking Overwatch, but I don't know if I want to like, play that for the rest of my life. Maybe, but I don't know yet. Possibly, but probably like any Final Fantasy would probably do for me. I'd actually probably pick 9 as well. Like I love 7, but there's something about 9 that is just I don't know. It's hard to put my finger on it. It's just such
Love
a
9. I love it. Everybody has their own story. Everybody has a chance to be that main focus of the game. And
Exactly.
the personality of each
How can you
character
not live?
shines
How
through.
can you not love Vivi?
Yeah.
Phoebe! It's the best.
Oh wait. I have one right now.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, I love
nice.
Evie.
I've only ever played 7.
You gotta
That's
play
okay.
more.
Play 9. Play 9.
It's
Get it.
okay.
It's gonna be on Steam. Get
You
9.
can- yeah, it's gonna be on Steam.
No excuses.
Have to get it.
Oh, that's the cutest. Oh my goodness. I just saw the VV finally. Yay.
All right, this next question is from Tom Sisback, I think. And the question is, what hobbies do you have besides streaming on Twitch?
Music. I used to write music. I want to get back into it. And I guess I spend a lot of time cooking. Not good at it, but
What do you cook, Di?
I cook whatever I like to eat. Like if I go out to a restaurant, because I like to eat different cuisines from all over the world. So whatever I like, I try to make it as nutritionally dense as possible and still make it kind of flavorful where I like the taste of it. Yeah, because like if I make lasagna, like your typical lasagna you buy, it's not as nutrient dense than if I could, if I make it myself. I put tons of vegetables and all these other things in there, but still make it really nice and tasty. So stuff like that, where I can just cook it once and forget about it. So I like to dabble into that stuff. I do like Asian cooking though. I love Asian foods, all kinds. So I dabble with that.
I think you should really consider doing a cooking stream
I
I
can.
agree.
I
with
can.
Daikon. And for
I
every
really
episode, you have to put Daikon into every dish.
I would love
daikon challenge.
Daikon. Whoever
That's a
has
good
not,
idea.
whoever has not tried daikon, the actual vegetable, try it. It's amazing. It's so easy to cook and prepare. It's so
And
good.
if you play Animal Crossing, it's in there a lot.
In Mario too. And Mario, they use a lot of daikon in Mario.
True.
Mm-hmm. It was in Zelda also.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
daikons are in Zelda too.
Are you starting to get the theme of
The
it?
super vegetable.
They're taking over.
Mm-hmm. So it's great.
Well, I kind of have an obsession with books. Last count I had over 400, and I have a Kindle as well. I also do indoor rock climbing.
What?
That's cool.
It's really fun. It's hard, but I love it. I'm actually going tomorrow, and I need to get my bag ready. It's super scary, and I'm scared of heights, but I think it's great. It's great fun. You should all try it. Go to a taster session.
Well, my other hobbies include snowboarding, even though I haven't gone this season because Colorado weather is weird as hell. Because today was like 70 degrees, and I'm like, why? Where's all the snow? But snowboarding is one of my hobbies, and then eating. I like food.
Yeah. Who doesn't like eating?
So I guess that's about it. And I like watching movies, whether it be going to a movie theater or just curling up on a couch. So even though I haven't watched that many, sadly, but I like it when it happens, you know. So
I watch a lot of movies and I watch a lot of TV. I'm pretty lucky that at work I can have another monitor. So sometimes I'll put a video up there so I can watch something while I'm working on a server or something. I also like to sew quite a bit, and I like to sing, and that's probably good.
Oh yeah, karaoke. Yeah, that's another thing that I like to do. I'm not good at singing, but I definitely love karaoke. As an Asian person living near the city, there's a lot of karaoke places in New York City area. So yeah, fun times.
I take photos. I took a lot of classes for photography, so I like to go out and just shoot anything and everything. I really like to shoot people. Well,
That does not sound right. That does not sound
Hello
right.
now.
I love
you know what I mean. But yeah, so I really like photography, and then yeah, this obsession I have with pearlers is getting out of control.
Oh no. Do you post your pictures of pearlers anywhere?
I haven't shown. I've only showed them a couple of people. I've showed them to Lynx and Steph Chu. Well, it's not that I don't know if they're good or not. So
They're good. You should share.
I'm a little shy about. I know nobody's gonna say, "Oh, those are horrible," but I think they're horrible. So I think people are just being nice. So
I would love to see
I'm
them.
an asshole. You should know that. Oh, you know.
yeah, but your love for Overwatch, I think, kind of like overshadowed the bad ironing of them, and yeah.
You really should share though. They're really really good. You should share them. I mean, like I look at my Instagram and I see like the old ones I did. I'm like, oh gosh, those are so good. But I still have them there, so I still shared them. So
I've made some absolute shockers. So I just don't show people those ones.
I know I might delete those ones. They're really bad.
I use them as an example actually, like over ironing. I'm like, don't do this. Don't do this.
Yeah, I guess is the trick just ironing the right amount?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you can over iron and then you just end up melting. It'll turn into a melty pile of crap.
I actually took one to see how flat I could get it. Like literally, I just ironed it. It was my Fallout boy, and it did turn out bad. I mean, you really can't ruin it that bad. Although I did learn some tips from Tosh that I was moving the iron around, and I couldn't figure out why my lines were crooked. But we'll save this for another time. You're not supposed to iron when you're doing that.
So for like hobbies, I'm a professional Netflix watcher.
You get paid for that?
I get paid for that, man. It's great.
PM us the deets.
I'll let you guys all in on my secrets. I mean, I don't like, other than purling and Netflix. Now that I'm thinking, like I'm hearing all your guys' hobbies, and I'm thinking to myself, Oh my gosh, I don't even really have a hobby. So I'm going to try to get a hobby. I'm going to get something a little bit more exciting than Netflix, and even though it's so much fun and great, and eating popcorn and curling. So yeah, I'm going to find something to add to that list. Maybe that'll be on my to-do list for this year.
What about your fancy collection behind you?
Yeah, I know. I do. I guess. Would that be considered a hobby? All my crazy crap behind me. I don't know. Figure collecting and craziness collecting. I guess that could be a hobby. Spending money on figures that I probably don't need in my life, but want them anyway.
I mean, you have Sailor Moon figures. That's awesome.
That's true. I do.
Yes, you
I have
do.
a lot of figures. I have a lot. I don't really want to talk about it. Let's move on. This is too much. I don't want to think about it.
I don't know, but honestly though, Lynx, I'm sitting here thinking like I don't really have that many hobbies either. I watch Netflix and movies, and like sometimes I doodle really poorly. That's about
Oh yeah,
it.
that too. Yeah, I'm a doodler and I don't do it very well. I think you're my twin or something. We played Final Fantasy 11. You like Final Fantasy 9. You drew or draw still. I think we were separated at birth or something.
Possibly. I also have always wanted to dye my hair purple or blue, so you may be onto something.
Illuminati confirmed.
Maybe Yumi and Tash are all secretly like sisters.
You might be.
Hey, I have blue hair. Not that I want to be part of the club. You guys can just let me be on the side, but I have blue hair too.
Everybody with the crazy hair colors.
I don't even have blue hair, and I'm in the club, so of course you can join the club. You're all invited.
Everybody's invited to the Netflix and Be Lazy Club with blue hair and Final Fantasy antics.
All right, so I guess this is going to be our last question, which is honestly the best question to end on, in my opinion. But it's from Brady Ford, and he asks, what is your favorite type of cake?
I don't eat cake.
What?
Ice cream cake.
If you theoretically ate cake.
Snowy cake, everyone! Snowy cake, hurry!
In the chat, do it.
That's no cake. But actually, the Asian Japanese style strawberry shortcake, where like half of the cake is strawberries.
Oh, that's good.
Those are fantastic.
I'm gonna say that too, because those are legit, hands down, the best cakes I ever have in my life. Whenever my birthdays, those are the cakes I want. My mom knew that for years. They're the most delicious, light, tasty, airy cakes ever. You just cannot compare. I'll have those every day if I could.
I love it.
Just daydreaming about cakes. I can't even think about the question.
I'm gonna go
Like there's
with.
so many. Ow.
I'm gonna go with cake pie, which is Boston cream pie cake.
Wow.
Hmm.
That sounds fancy.
It's just Boston cream pie cake. It's just like super delicious. It has pudding and chocolate and cake and everything in it.
I have a really good answer.
My favorite cake is probably cheesecake. I mean, I don't eat it often, sadly, but I always enjoy it when I do. Just plain old New York style cheesecake.
I love cheesecake, but
I love cheesecake too.
When I was younger, instead of making cake, we used to get this chocolate chip Victoria sponge cake, and then my mum would melt Mars bars over the top of the chocolate covering, and it was brilliant. And that's my favorite cake. I may have to make one of these.
Does your mom still make those? Because I might have to come live with you.
Exactly.
Or with your mom, whichever. Is she adopting?
Is she adopting?
I mean, I'm 28, but that's okay, right?
Or we can Tash and our
So-
cooking stream.
Right now.
Just do a cooking stream and bake the cake.
That's a good idea. I wish I
I
knew how to cook.
I don't cook much, but I do bake a really good chocolate cake, which you bake with like a chocolate, just the box mix, but then you put in chocolate pudding and chocolate chips. And it's like the richest chocolate cake you've ever had. So it's not for the faint of heart. You have to really like chocolate to love this cake. And damn it, I love chocolate. It's like the best cake I've ever eaten.
She gets so excited.
It's so good.
Here's cake. That's my favorite cake now.
I will make you cake.
We need some cake at TwitchCon. Like, this is
Well, if we are done, we're gonna go out and get
California should
cake.
Make us cake or something. Come on.
Let's go out and get cake.
On you.
Did everybody answer? Everybody answered, right? Okay, cool. Well, I guess this is sadly where we're wrapping up the podcast, but this was a super successful first episode. And I want to give a huge thank you to everybody on the cast today, as well as you guys out in the audience who submitted questions. Because without your questions, we wouldn't be able to have this podcast. But again, if you guys don't know who we are, we can go through a quick round of self-intros again, in case you guys aren't familiar with all of us. And if you, those of you in chat, you can type !podcast to get a link to everybody's channel. Please follow everybody on the team, not just those of us on the cast today, but also just everybody else on the team. Yeah, so starting with links, we'll go.
I'm on the spot. Just kidding. Well, I'm Lynx or Lynxaria or Kristen or Lunk. Some of you call me Lunks. I still don't know why, but okay. I'm a variety caster. I've been streaming for almost 2 years. I play a lot of FPSs sometimes, getting into a lot of Overwatch, mostly play dungeon crawlers and fantasy games as well. We have a really great community. And if you like Snowlit, and if you like Spoonie, and if you like Tash, and everybody in the Chillest, I guarantee you'll have a good time on my channel as well. We have like the best community ever, the best. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
And then I'm Snowlit. I am a variety streamer. I've been streaming for a little over a year now, and I do a lot of I did mostly Warframe for a while, and then went variety in August. And recently I've been playing a lot of Skyrim and Dark Souls and Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends, stuff like that. And yeah, that's about it.
Oh, it's me, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, yes, I'm official Daikon, Dai or Dai-chan. I am a variety retro game caster. I mostly focus on retro games off console, but I go and I'm mostly Nintendo, from anywhere from NES all the way to the Wii U. I do also have a PlayStation 2 and a Genesis that I do cast from time to time, but I'm also diving into more PC games. So yeah, if you like retro variety casting, and if you want some hot drinks, you know where to come. Hot drinks really get you going. There you go.
I had to join in there.
I feel like everybody should do the dance.
Yes,
Please.
or at least sing the hot drinks.
Okay, so I'm Lucy, 757, soon to be 619. Don't know how that's all going to play out. I'm a variety streamer. I love shooty games as well as story mode games. I'm finding a lot of those really awesome lately. Yeah. I don't know what else to say, but those nerves hopped right back up again. I was like, I got this time. On the spot. But then I froze. But anyway, so I hope you guys come and check out my channel. I promise I don't stream or I don't freeze up in stream. And I just want to thank Snow for creating the Chillest, because it is an awesome community. And again, if you are in my channel or Lynx's channel or Tasha's or Kira's or Starlet's or Ven's or anybody, you're going to see the same community, and you're going to have an amazing time. I promise you.
Yeah, thank you, Cersei-chan, for starting the Chillest.
Yay! And thank you guys for being a part of it. Though I think they haven't introduced themselves, right?
No.
I think we went over here, then we dropped down to Lucy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry, because we were before Kira got here.
Oh.
I was after Dai.
Oh,
Oh.
good job,
That's my
Kira.
bad.
No, I'm sorry. It was like, that you're waiting for your cue, and Daikon was my cue. I'm sorry.
It's all good. So I guess
Does that mean I'm next?
yeah, I
It's
guess.
ours?
Yeah, Kira.
Okay, I am Kira Corellia. Hello. I almost said welcome to my stream because that's how I start all my streams. No, I'm Kira Corellia. I'm a partnered streamer. I stream Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays. And coming up on Saturday the 20th, I'm going to be doing a huge epic stream where I dress up like Poison Ivy and give away a bunch of prizes and sing songs at your request. I stream just about any kind of game. The only things that I really don't play are sports games, Call of Duty PvP like shooter games, MOBAs, MMOs, and horror. I hate horror. But other than that, right now my main game is XCOM 2. So come watch me struggle valiantly this Saturday. It'll be a good time.
I want to see her play horror games now.
No, it's terrible. Just watch my highlights. They're all there.
Spoonie.
Okay, I guess it's my turn now. So, my name is Spoonie, and I'm from California. I'm pretty much an RPG streamer primarily, but I am kind of variety. You guys can probably hear my parrot in the background, and I do apologize. He does that sometimes, although you guys will be able to see him on my stream. He's a Congo African Grey, and he's very talkative. But right now, I'm playing through Final Fantasy VI. I also play Final Fantasy XIV. I've been playing some D3, Valiant Hearts. I'm still working on finishing Undertale. And I just play all kinds of RPGs. And I stream usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And this Saturday, I'm going to be having a 12-hour stream. So if you like all of these amazing people, you should check me out. I might be at least sort of similar.
Okay, I'm the last one. I'm Tashna on Tasha. I'm the only UK person in here today, but we do have other people on the Chillest team who are from the UK. I'm a variety streamer. Recently, I've been really into creative. I'm pushing to do 2 of those a week, if possible. I'm excited for Valentine's Day to play lots of community games because I do focus a lot on single-player experiences like Skyrim and Fallout. And I don't have a lot to say. But if you like Spoonie, we're the same person. Like, it's weird. It's weird. But hopefully, if you like any of us, you'll like all of us. So check out the Chillest. I'm gonna put that in chat. Team.
No, it's Chillest. It should
No,
just be
excellent.
Chillest.
There
There it is.
Close enough.
It's team.
All right, but yeah, everybody, if you enjoyed the podcast, I swear all of these people are amazing casters and well worth your time and your follow. So please do follow everybody on the team. And I truly want to thank you guys so much for hanging out with us, listening to the podcast. This is again going to be a monthly podcast that's going to happen every month. So next month in March. Oh God, Simon, please.
Do it.
But we're going to be doing this again in March, so stay tuned. Watch, follow the Chillest team. If you look way down there, the Twitter for the Chillest team is at the Chillest team, and you can keep an eye on that for when the next monthly podcast will be next month. So we don't have an exact date. We're not doing like an exact date because it depends on everybody's schedules, but we usually announce it at least 2 weeks prior. So that's kind of the aim we're going for. With these podcasts, and this was, I think, a very successful first episode.
Yes.
And I hope everybody enjoyed themselves and all that. Thank
And
you guys.
I'm pretty sure that we all want to thank you guys for hanging out with us and coming each and every day, because it really does mean a lot to all of us. I have to
Yeah, it
stop talking
does.
because I'll cry for sure.
But truly, though, like, we want to thank all of you guys. Here's a snowy love for being here and being a part of all of our communities. So the way this works, by the way, is that next month it will not be on my channel like it is for this one. We're going to rotate them out, and so that way other streamers get the same exposure, like everybody going to their channel kind of thing. So just stay tuned again. We usually announce it at least 2 weeks prior to the actual date. So get excited. And truly, thank you guys all for watching.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearts. Everybody make hearts.
Raise those snowy loves and snowy hypes.
You have to trust that I'm doing that. I am, totally.
All right, well, bye everybody.
Bye, guys.
Take care.
All right.
Bye, guys.